What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Playbook podcast and Facebook. What's up, YouTube and Facebook? You already know me. I'm one of the hosts. I'm Nick. This is my boy Trey. You already know who we are. If you don't know who we are, we're here. We're here for a very special episode. We got a little bit something special. It's Thanksgiving week. It's Thanksgiving week and lots of holidays coming around. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. So we wanted to do something special. We are deciding to do a full-on debate episode. And what do we mean by that? We are going to we have a list of topics here. Hot debate topics, okay? We're going to go from basketball, lots of football. Well, not too much football, because me and Trey, we get real intense when it comes to football, or when it comes to basketball, because a lot of our football topics do actually align. A little bit of golf, a little bit of other things. But what we're going to do is we're going to hop right into this, guys. If you're joining on the live, thank you very much for joining. If you're not going to be able to watch till later, you're in for a fun one. We're a little earlier today. We're trying to try something different. It's actually, there's sunshine outside, which is pretty cool. But me and Trey are both off work today, so what we wanted to do is to do something a little fun. We're going to do a full-on debate episode. Now, some of you might not know, me and Trey pretty much have a debate episode every day of our lives through text message. We text each other pretty much all the time about all sorts of different sports topics, and there's a few that are going to be in here because we want to really flesh this out. But that being said, Trey has prepared a list of questions. I threw some in there as well. If you guys want to join in through the comments, start asking us questions via the comments. That's totally fine as well. We're totally cool with answering anything, or if you guys have a topic of debate for us, we're here. Brief warning. If you're a fan of 90s basketball, you might want to look away. It's about to get ugly. But that being said, Trey, you're ready. I'm ready. Let's get this show on the road. Let's get this started.
All right. First of all, well, Nick, happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving to those out there. My Facebook is on live right now. If y'all can share it, I don't know if it's updated on y'all's end. Share the feed and whatnot. Okay, going, guys. So this question is always this one's very fascinating. If you watch ESPN, if you watch Inside the NBA Crew with Chuck, Ernie, and Shaq, if you watch that Goober on TikTok, if you watch Sports Fluent, if you watch anybody else, and No Head, and this is the only sport that gets
it's the only one.
Era.
It's the only one. Yeah.
Okay. So is today's NBA basketball soft or skilled?
Okay. That's a loaded question, right? It's not soft. Okay. I'm sick and tired of old heads saying it's soft. If you tell them to define soft, you know what they're going to say? Well, they're not throwing elbows like the war back in my day. Okay, back in your day, those guys weren't athletic. They weren't fast. They had to clothesline people to play defense. That's not basketball. That's called football. It's not soft. I've heard the flopping argument. There was flopping in the 90s. MJ flopped all the time. Scotty flopped. Yes, MJ flopped.
No, he didn't.
I will pull up a compilation of MJ flopping.
Nick,
MJ flopped and complained. He complained to the refs all the time.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He flopped. And I will bring up the video. Don't make me bring up the video. MJ flopped. I don't want to hear any crap about him not flopping. All the greats back then flopped. They all did. They all tried to sell the contact a little more than normal. You guys were just so enthralled with the game of basketball, you didn't care, and you didn't remember any of it, okay? So let's just throw that out. Flopping is an era problem. It's every single era has flopping, okay? So no, we're not going to do that. Now, soft. What do we mean by soft? Okay, what are we talking about? Because I've heard people say the 90s defense, 80s defense was better than now. It's absolutely wrong. And I'll tell you why. Because the illegal defenses that weren't allowed to be played back then are allowed to be played now. You can help on the weak side, okay? So there's no more 1v1s in the post without weak side help, because now you can double team on the weak side. You weren't able to do that. It was a violation back in the day. The speed at which defenses are played today, the rotations, every guy can switch. Every guy has to guard the perimeter. Every guy has to guard the paint. So no, today's era is not soft. Just because they shoot a lot of threes and they flop does not mean it's soft, okay? That does not mean that's soft at all, because back then they flopped as well. So no, today's NBA is not soft. All right, so let's just get that junk out of here. So
Okay. Here's what I gotta say about Michael Jordan flopping.
he flopped.
He never flopped.
That's a lie.
He never flopped in his entire career.
That's a lie.
Anyways, so I do agree with you, Nick, about this one. I think today's more skilled. It's not soft. I think today, people in the 90s would. I think people are more skilled. People have ball handling now. Kyrie Irving's a ball handling machine. Probably the best. He has the best, the best handles ever in basketball history. So he's not soft. Okay, he's not. Today's NBA is not soft overall. It's not soft. If you think it's soft out there, guys, you're stupid. You don't enjoy basketball. So I agree with Nick about this one. Unfortunately, it's not soft. Now Jordan flopping has never happened.
He flopped.
No, he didn't, Nick.
Dude,
Nick,
okay.
Nick, he did not flop, Nick. He did not flop.
I really didn't want to have to do this, but I guess we're going to have to. Because do I have to show you the video of him flopping?
Show me the video right now.
Because he flopped. Let's have a little compilation here, okay? Let me pull this up. Let me pull my screen up here. Hopefully it works. Last time it did not work, but I hope it works this time. All right, do you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Down there. Pull it up.
Where? Oh, I see it.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so this isn't just MJ flopping. This is multiple people flopping throughout the era. But we're going to just go right through this, okay? So look at these little flops. Look at right here. Look at this flop. Look at this flop. This is not MJ who's flopping in this one, but I'm just saying in this era. MJ barely touched him. He looked like SGA right there. Flopping. Here's Jordan flopping. Ooh, my chin.
No, he did. No, he hit him in the chin. He hit him in the chin, Nick.
Look.
Hit him in the chin.
His elbow never made contact with his chin.
Look at it right there.
Dude, look, no, stop. Shut your mouth and listen. Before his elbow even starts going up, Jordan starts to pull his head back, right?
No,
there, look. He's not even close to him and his head's flopping backwards. Oh, my head. And here's someone flopping on MJ. Here's some more flopping. Flop around. Everyone flopped in every era. And yes, Jordan did too. Okay, so now let's see here. Here's Jordan acting like he got punched in the freaking drawers. Oh, my stomach.
He did.
My stomach, it hurts.
No, he did. He did.
That was the weakest. If that bump makes Jordan fall down like that, he's gonna act like he got shot by a 50 caliber rifle when he plays against you know who in 1v1. I mean, this is just pathetic. LeBron. I mean, this is a flop. He barely gets bumped and he acts like he got shot. No, come on, dude.
He got hit in the area.
This guy right here is the biggest Jordan Glazer. Jordan flopped. Everyone flopped. It's happened throughout all of basketball. Okay, so cut that junk out.
No, I disagree with that. I disagree. Anyways, so in today's basketball, is it better than the 90s? Basically.
Okay, that's like asking me if cell phones are better now than they were in the 90s. This right here, guys. Do y'all know what this can do? This is stronger than the same exact computer that took us to the moon. Okay? This cell phone has more processing power. Guys, things get better, right? This is the only sport where everyone says back in the day it was better. They were better back in the day. The game was slower. People overall, everyone was much less skilled on a player-to-player basis, meaning on most teams you had 2 to 3 ball handlers. Now in today's game, everyone can handle the ball, almost everyone, right? There's some times where you run into a 7-footer who doesn't have the same handles as a 6-footer. But now you got Wimby, who's 7'5", doing step back 3-pointers, who can also dunk from the free throw line while barely jumping. Okay. You got guys like Curry, who are as skilled as they come, who are running around screens, taking shots off the dribble, shooting, catch and shoot, up and unders, all that stuff. You got guys like LeBron, who are 6'9" and in his prime, about 280 pounds, playing point guard. Okay. When Magic Johnson was doing what he did at 6'9", probably 220, 230, people thought that he was an anomaly. He was a unicorn. There's guys that are Magic Johnson's size that are doing the same thing Magic Johnson was doing right now. And they can shoot threes, and they can shoot mid-ranges, okay? So you got bigs like Kevin Durant, 7-footer, take you off the dribble left, take you up the dribble right, can split double teams, can go up and under, can do fadeaways, got post-game, 3-pointers, good passers. The game is positionless, okay? LeBron has been listed at every single position in his career, okay? Back in the 90s, you know what the bigs were there for? For rebounding and little post hooks. You know what bigs do now? They take step back threes. They're working the post. They're doing baby hooks. They're dunking. So yes, today's game is far better. Today's game is far faster. You have to switch everything on offense now. When you're playing defense, today's offenses are so advanced. They're so quick. They're so fast. You have to switch everything. So today, if you ask a team, hey, that 7-footer, you got to go out the perimeter and guard that 6-footer now. Now you have to. You have to switch. You have to be able to at least contest. Okay? And we've seen Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, struggle to catch up with that. And he's getting phased out of today's game pretty much because of his inability to guard the perimeter. Rudy Gobert would be a freak in the 90s. Okay? And that's what I'm saying. The game has evolved. It's better than it was in the 90s. It's faster than it was in the 90s. Guys are far better at everything. If Kyrie Irving was dropped into a 90s basketball game, they would have put him on the stake and burnt him because they thought he was performing witchcraft. Okay? Because I saw commentators watch Michael Jordan do a behind-the-back right hand, and they catch it to his right hand. By the way, I did that in elementary school. Act like they had never seen that before in their life. I can't believe he just did that. I can't believe what I just saw. Well, my goodness, what would you do watching Kyrie Irving call the Pentagon, have the National Guard come in and try to take him off the court? The game's better. Everyone's good at everything now, right? The one-trick guys, those guys are getting phased out or they're bench players, right? Half the guys in the 90s were one-tricks. That's why I think Scottie Pippen was so good for his era, because he did everything. Ask Phil Jackson, who is the better overall player between Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. You know what he'll tell you? Scottie Pippen, because he said it in an interview. So I'll bring it up, right? Phil Jackson said, MJ's this tremendous scorer, but Scottie, he does everything else. Rebounds, passes, defends, initiates the offense, point forward. So yeah, today's game's a lot better than it was in the 90s. That's kind of how evolution happens, right? Does everyone in the 90s think that the 90s was better than the 70s? Yeah. Does everyone from the 70s think the 70s was better than the 60s? Yeah. Does everyone in the 80s think the 80s was better than the 70s? Yeah. So yes, eras get better. People get more skilled. There's guys in today's game who are averaging 15 points a game that would be 30-point per game scorers in the 90s, because they just would have no idea what to do with someone who can go off the screen, do a step back 3-pointer. They'd have no idea what they're doing. MJ hit 6 wide open threes in the 92 finals, and he was like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. That's a common occurrence now. Okay. So yes, today's game is much, much better than it was in the 90s. That's just how things go. That's why this cell phone is a lot better than the one from 10 years ago. And that one was a lot better than the first cell phone. And that first cell phone's a lot better than the landline your grandma has. Okay. So yeah, it's better.
Okay. Here's what I gotta say about this. It's the same basketball as today, but people are less skilled. The defense is a lot skilled too. Okay, it's the same basketball. Today,
it's not the same basketball.
Today it's just faster. That's about it. Other than that, it's the same basketball.
No, it's not.
I've seen it. I just watched 91 Jordan. It's the same basketball, Nick. It's the same. Look at me while I'm talking to you, Nick. Look at me while I'm talking to you. Look at me while I'm talking to you, Nick. Okay. By the way, today's more skilled, but it's the same basketball. People are more skilled.
No, it's not.
People
They
are taller.
run sets in today's game that people in the 90s they think it was calculus.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. No. It
Yes, they would. They would have
triangle.
no idea.
They ran a
triangle was very basic on its front. It was very basic.
It's still a set, right? Isn't it?
It's a set, but that's not anything compared. They would see one set of horns. They'd see an elevator screen. They'd see Curry running around the screens and be like, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Is it still a set? Yes or no?
Yeah. Is a baby still a human? Yeah.
Yes.
Am I far more advanced than a baby? Yeah, but the baby's still human, right? So yes, it's still a set, but it's far less advanced than the sets they run today.
Okay, here's the deal. Michael Jordan was MJ was ahead of his time. I will admit that. He was ahead of his time.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, he did an acrobatic layup better than Kyrie Irving.
He was like if DeMar DeRozan was in the 90s.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He's way better than DeMar DeRozan. Better defender. He's better offensive player too. Better skilled. So yeah. But it's the same basketball as today. It's that back then was more skilled. Today's more fast paced. Today's basketball was more about
you say the 90s is more skilled?
No, I mean today's more skilled. My bad. Today's more skilled. Today's just more faster and skilled. Okay. Back in the day, the NBA put defense on. Today, it's more offense and defense combined. They had sets back then, like a triangle offense.
They had sets, but they weren't nearly as advanced. Because nobody could shoot threes, bro. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's like saying 2 + 2 is the same mathematics as an advanced calculus equation. No, it's not.
Here's the deal. Tim Hardaway Sr. had a better crossover than anybody's ever had besides AI. So
that is baloney.
No,
he had a better crossover than Kyrie Irving.
He did. He surely did, Nick Rankin. He surely did.
Dude, please, can we hear what this guy just said? He just said Tim Hardaway Sr. has a better crossover than Kyrie Irving.
Look at this. I gotta find it real quick. Hold up.
I genuinely, I am able to say.
Don't make me do it.
Trey's legitimately brainwashed. Drake, he's brainwashed. This guy just said Tim Hardaway Sr. has a better crossover than Kyrie Irving. Do I need to pull up a Kyrie Irving compilation for you? Do you know what this guy was doing to people?
I got you guys. I got this. Okay. All right. Oh, shoot. I exited by accident. Oh, it's right there. There it is. Okay. All right, so this is Tim Hardaway Sr., okay? Played for Miami Heat. Look at that. Ooh. And look at that.
I've seen people do that in the rec.
But here's the deal. It's the same basketball. Today's more skilled. It's more
Dude, please pull up a Kyrie Irving compilation right now. Pull it up. Okay, pull up a Kyrie Irving crossover compilation right now. Kyrie has the greatest dribble package in the history of the NBA. Better crossover than AI. Better crossover than Tim Hardaway Sr. Better crossover than your dog. Better crossover than MJ. Crossover compilation. Yeah, there we go. 10 minutes of Kyrie Irving crossovers.
Let's look at this, guys. Look at this right now. All right, see this.
Dude, Tim Hardaway Jr. has never seen that in his life, right? And the defense is so good today. Look at him. He's still with him. Look, he got crossover that bad, but defenses are so good. He's still with them.
I think Kobe Bryant did that too.
Okay, you might have seen him do that, not with that speed.
I did see Kobe Bryant do that.
No.
I did.
Bro, dude, this is put Kyrie in the 90s, they would literally call the FBI on him for what he would do to defenders.
Nah. All right.
Oh my bro. Dude, okay, that is ridiculous if you actually think that. That's good D on Tucker. That's good D by PJ Tucker. And he freaking like that, like, bro, like the dribble package that this guy had, top to bottom, left hand, right hand, crossovers between the legs, behind the back. Like, this guy is legitimately a wizard. Okay, this is the greatest handles in the history of the NBA.
I can agree with you about that, but it's the same basketball as today. Today's more skilled.
That's like saying, like I said, elementary school math is the same as calculus. No. Is it math still? Yeah. Are they the same? No, not at all. Not at all. No, it's not.
It's the same thing today, bro. Anyways, moving on. So, I've heard Ron Artest say this on Shannon Sharp's podcast. I've heard Stephen A. say this. I've heard Skip say it. I've heard Isaiah Thomas say it. I've heard everybody say this. But the question is, will Michael Jordan average 40 points per game or 30 points per game in today's era?
No.
How would he look?
Okay. All right. Listen. I've seen people say he'd average 40 in today's era. No, he wouldn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay? Because everyone who loves MJ is brainwashed. You're all brainwashed. Okay? Was MJ great? Yes. Was he far more advanced in his era? Yes. Did he also benefit from goofy defensive rules? Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the 90s illegal defense, and I'm going to read it to you, okay? Ready? Here you go. In the 90s, illegal defense in the NBA refers to rules that restrict a team's ability to double team an opponent or play zone defense, making it easier for the offensive player to score on 1v1 situations. Specifically, defenders were not allowed to double team a player without the ball, and weak side defenders had to stay close to their assigned offensive player rather than sagging off to help or clog the paint. These rules were in place to help the offense, particularly by allowing isolation scores to have a momentary advantage against single coverage. Okay. So what did I just say? I just said that in the 90s, the defense that was allowed to be played benefited isolation scores. How many times did MJ get a 1v1 in the paint in the post on the weak side? Probably a lot. He would not have that advantage in today's game. He would consistently be double teamed off ball, okay? Consistently. You couldn't do that back in the day. You couldn't double team someone without the ball. Wasn't allowed. He didn't really have to play against zone defenses. So all the time MJ was working on someone in the post, it was a 1v1 on the weak side and there was no help allowed. He would have to deal with a different version of that today, where you're allowed to double team people off the ball. You're allowed to play zone defense. You're allowed to sag off, have two guys, one guy sag off and be far away from his assignment. So am I saying that MJ would suck in today's era? No. I am saying he would really have to adjust. He would have to learn how to play against these new zone coverages. He'd have to learn how to not have 1v1s in the post every single possession like he was afforded in the 90s, okay? Also, he sucked from three. He would have to develop a three-point shot because in today's game, if you don't have a three-point shot, they're just going to sag off you. They're going to sag off you, and they're just going to let you dribble and dribble. We've seen Ben Simmons lose his career because his inability to shoot the three. We saw LeBron have to develop a three-point game as the game evolved towards that era. Now he's a 40% three-point shooter, but no one cares about that because it's not MJ. But MJ was a poor three-point shooter, right? MJ struggled going left. MJ got afforded a lot of 1v1s in a very advantageous situation for isolation scoring, okay? We saw Kobe, who's very similar to MJ, but I think more skilled, averaged 30 points per game, okay? So I think MJ would average close to 30. He would struggle. He would struggle at first. He'd have to develop a three, especially right now in today's era. If it was the early 2000s or something like that, it'd be a little bit different, but he'd have to develop a three-point shot. He would absolutely have to. Now, Kobe averaged a lot of points, but he was never high volume. He was never a high field goal percentage guy. He was high volume, averaged 45% shooting for his career, multiple stints of going 40% from the field. MJ wouldn't be nearly efficient as he was back then because he's got 1v1s all the time. He just got 1v1s all the time. So MJ, I don't think would average 40 points per game in this era. That's a ridiculous statement to say for someone who is limited offensively in terms of not being able to shoot the three ball. Okay? We've seen freaks of nature not average 40. James Harden went for a stretch where he averaged 40, and that was legendary. Okay? This isn't the 90s anymore. Not everyone's so slow. MJ would be going up against this similar level athletes to him. He never had to do that in the 90s. When he was young, he was always the best athlete. When he was older, he was still one of the best athletes. In today's game, bro, you got guys hitting their head on the backboard all the time. You got guys getting their head to the rim all the time. He would have to adjust to that. I'm sorry. And if you don't think that, you're just blind.
Okay. Here's what I gotta say about Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Don't say it, Trey. Don't say he'd average 40. Don't do it.
He will average 35 points per game.
Oh,
35 a game. Okay. I think here's the thing about Jordan, okay? Here's the thing about Michael Jordan. Okay. In college, he got trapped a lot. He got double teamed a lot in college, and he overcame it. And he was at UNC, by the way. So that's number one. Number two is this. I think he would develop a 3-point shooter. I think he would develop it. I think he'll probably take some time, but I think he would develop it. I think he would have been good handling wise too. Maybe kind of like Kobe Bryant's footwork, but that's about it. So yeah, I think he would average about 35 points per game. I think 40 games impossible for anybody now. I think that's too impossible unless you're SGA on a free throw merchant. There you go. That's probably the only way you can average 40 today is that guy. Other than that, it's impossible to average 40 a game. Not Luka did it for 3 straight games, and look what happened. He fell off a little bit. That's okay though.
He's still averaging 34 and a half, but I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean he fell off a little bit, but he's still pretty good. Wembanyama did, and he got hurt. He's out for a month now.
Yeah.
His career might come to an end within the next 10 years or 5 years probably. Okay. So I think but as far as today's era, I think he'll develop it. That's about it. Now 40 a game is too much of a stretch.
He's not averaging 40.
50 games is too much of a stretch, but today's game is more. I think today's game he can do it. He can be good, but not average 40 a game.
That being said, I'm gonna take this to the next question.
Okay.
If LeBron was placed in the 90s, he would average 40 a game in the 90s. And let me tell you why. Pick your era of LeBron. Pick your choice. I'm going to go with 20. You know, I'm going to go the best offensive version of LeBron, in my opinion, which is between 2018 and 2021. I'm going to go 2018 LeBron. Put 2018 LeBron in the 90s. He's bigger, he's faster, and he's stronger than pretty much everyone in the league, right? His handles would be one of the best in the league, probably the best in the 90s. Yeah, probably best in the 90s. If you want to, Allen Iverson or whatever, blah, blah, blah. His jump shot, he'd be the best 3-point shooter in the league by a wide margin in the 90s. By a wide margin, okay? His post game in the don't make me pull up LeBronto. Don't make me show you. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm actually going to do it. Let me show you what LeBron was doing in 2018, okay? Let me pull it up here, guys. Let me just pull it up, okay? We're just gonna. Oh man, I've been waiting for this. All right, let me share my screen here, guys. All right. Put that up there for me, Trey Lopez. Okay. So you guys all know what's about to happen. All right. You're telling me that this guy right here, drop him in the 90s. He's not averaging 40 points per game. Let's just get through this here. So LeBron, no one would be able to stop him. when he drove the ball. No one would be able to touch him. He'd be the strongest guy in the league, probably by a wide margin. He'd be probably one of the fastest guys in the league by a wide margin. He'd be the best passer in the league by a wide margin. He would just be the best player in the league by a pretty wide margin because of what he does. What he does is his quickness and his size. That's something that you didn't see back then. Scotty, who wasn't as big as LeBron, was pretty fast, and that's why he was as good as he was, right? Not as big, not as fast, not as strong as LeBron. This guy who had developed a mid-range that was so deadly, passing ability that's Magic Johnson level, if not better. Trey thinks he's the best passer in the history of the NBA. So, I mean, this isn't even the LeBronto portion of this. Mind you, this team that LeBron had carried to this point had nobody. They had an old Kevin Love. They had Amon Shumpert. They had George Hill, old Kyle Korver, and J.R. Smith. Okay. And this was against the 1 seed Toronto Raptors with Fred VanVleet, DeMar DeRozan in his prime, and Kyle Lowry in his prime. Okay. So this guy right here, if you drop him in the 90s, we'll get to the point. Well, hold on, let me just skip over it. We're just going to skip to LeBron's ridiculous shot making ability, because I don't think people really understand what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. If MJ did that, they'd call it the fadeaway that changed destiny. That's what they would say.
Because he did.
And see, the glaze. that right there, that singular possession right there. I mean, that didn't happen in the 90s. That didn't happen. A step back three while someone was in your face. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No one was doing step back threes.
I saw someone do it earlier.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I did.
You're just making stuff up.
No, I'm not.
You're just making stuff up. This guy, I mean, his off the dribble ability, his strength, his quickness, I can say it over and over and over. You drop this guy in the 90s, he's averaging 40. If he wants to, he's averaging 40. I mean, look, and people have the audacity to say this guy isn't skilled. They have the audacity to say that this guy isn't a high-level scorer. There's a reason he's the all-time leading scorer, because he developed his game every single level. 3-point, mid-range, in the paint. He's the greatest driver of the basketball ever. And then he turned himself into one of the greatest mid-range shooters. I mean, bro, this is the stuff y'all glazed Jordan for. And LeBron was doing this. LeBron was doing this going left, going right. I mean, bro, you're telling... I don't know how someone can watch this and say LeBron isn't skilled or doesn't have a post game. He can't hit the fadeaway. What was Jordan's most famous? Yeah, no bag. This is no bag LeBron right here that everyone says doesn't have a bag. I mean, this guy was, hitting. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Genuinely. What are we talking about? He's averaging 40 if he wants to. He'd probably average, because, LeBron's a pass first guy. So he'd probably average, my guess, in the 90s, 35, probably 10 to 12 rebounds. Honestly, he'd be one of the best rebounders on the floor at all times because everyone was tiny and skinny, except a couple guys who took steroids. But what? And he probably averaged 10 to 12 assists. I think he averaged like a 35-point triple-double pretty casually while being probably the best defender in the league. So, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, so I should do great to think about this. I think it'll be a lead in the 90s. I think Kobe Bryant would too. I think Giannis would. Kyrie would.
Oh, what Giannis say he'd have in the 70s? He'd score 275 points.
Yeah, that was actually the 70s.
Yeah, that's what he said for the 70s.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, I think he would be a lead in the 90s. I think LeBron, in my opinion, is the best. He's 6'9". He's better passer than Magic Johnson, in my opinion.
See.
Better rebound.
You guys hear this guy?
But now here's the deal. As the Golden State goes on, I appreciate both. I enjoy both people.
Oh no! Don't do this now. Don't do this during. No. You're not going to be all peaceful in the debate episode. You're going to stand on business right now. Is what you're going to do. I pull up the LeBronto game, and this guy starts acting like, "Oh, well, I appreciate both of them." Yeah. I'm sure you do, bro. I'm sure you do.
As of right now, I may have Kobe better than LeBron and probably as OT03. I gotta watch more games. I got to watch more games.
Brother, really?
I got to watch more games.
Because of one good year, Kobe's first good year?
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, really. Okay, so I still got to watch more games though. And so I got like 20 years for LeBron and 14 years for
Just
Jordan.
answer the question. Answer the question.
I don't know. Yeah, there you go. That's my answer. Anyways. It's just so this topic's everywhere in every sport, through boxing, through football, basketball, even golf and tennis. So I hate to do this, but I have to do it. This is what Uncle David said. Nick is delusional when it comes to 90s basketball. Disrespectful. LeBron's amazing.
Do I have to pull up the night? I just talked about the illegal defense. I'll do it again. I'll just read it again. This is what was allowed in the 90s. Illegal defense is, I'm just going to read it again. Is the NBA referred to the rules that restricted teams' ability to double team an opponent or play zone defense? You couldn't even play zone defense in the 90s, making it easier for offensive players to score on 1v1 because you could go in the post and you weren't allowed to get double teamed. I'm just going to continue reading. Making it easier for players to score one-on-one. So specifically, defenders were not allowed to double team a player without the ball. My goodness, Curry would average 70.
I don't know about that.
And weak side defenders had to stay close to their assignments, their offensive assigned player, rather than sagging off to help or clog the paint. These rules were in place to help the offense, particularly by allowing isolation scores to have a momentary advantage against single coverage. I'm not disrespecting the 90s. I'm just being honest about it. Okay? I appreciate, and I've already talked about this. I appreciate what Jordan did for the league. I think Bird, Magic, and Jordan saved the NBA because I think Bird and Magic kind of got it up, and then Jordan made it a global game. Okay? I will always appreciate that. But I'm not going to sit here and act like the 90s wasn't a watered down era, because it was. You couldn't play zone. Okay? These guys, they never saw zone defense in their lives.
They were sets, Nick. There were sets.
Trey,
there was actually
I'm hearing what you're saying.
Nick, there was
I'm hearing what you're saying. There were sets. You couldn't play zone. You couldn't play zone.
I saw it.
It was literally illegal. It was literally illegal.
I looked it up. There was zone defense in the 90s, bro.
Okay, listen. Trey, if you were in the post, like Jordan lived in the post, he couldn't get double teamed.
He did.
He couldn't get double teamed in the post. It was called illegal defense.
The Pistons did post. The Pistons did trap him in the post side.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna pull this up right here.
What?
Hold on 1 second.
What are you gonna look up?
Hold on 1 second.
Handshaking too. I think handshaking is I don't know, handshaking. I think that's handshaking. What you thought about handshaking? He said something about
handshaking. Yeah, the hand check. Yeah, I get what you're saying. So NBA banned hand checking in 2004, 2005. Right, it helped to design it. Okay, so what they did was they took away the inability to play zone in 2002 and double teaming in the post, and then they introduced hand checking. Watch Lou Dort play one game of basketball and tell me if hand checking isn't still a thing. Lou Dort will put his elbows in your balls. Okay, he literally will. All right, so they banned it, but a lot of defenders do a very similar thing to hand checking, impeding someone's progress, right? That was the whole thing of hand checking. You couldn't impede someone's progress. Now they just do it with their elbows. Now they just do it with their shoulders. Watch Lou Dort guard Luka Doncic. That man is literally in his draws. I mean, he's literally in him. He's impeding him in every sense of the way. So I don't even think losing hand checking was even a big deal because defenders just figure out a different way to do it. They just do it differently now. Now Lou Dort, dude, I'm so serious. Do I need to pull up a Lou Dort tape? Don't make me pull up Lou Dort tape. These guys, they defend in so many different ways. The hand checking is gone, but you still impede. You can still impede. You just do it differently, okay? So like I was saying, the 90s is not this golden age of basketball, okay? It's just not.
I think it was.
It's just not. It's just not.
Good.
The league was in expansion, and the game hadn't gone global yet. Okay, in terms of, can you let me talk? It hadn't gone global in terms of the highest level European talent coming over to the NBA and playing. Okay, nowadays, look at the top 10. Who's the top 10? Who's your top 10 right now?
Right now?
Yeah, not all time, but right now in today's game. What's your top 10?
Okay, LeBron, Jokic. This is no order.
Yeah, no order.
Okay, this is LeBron, Jokic, Giannis, Ant-Man, Luke. Did I say Luka already?
No.
Okay, Luka, Jason Tatum when he's healthy, Jaylen Brown, SGA, AD. No, AD fell off. He's done. Kyrie when he's healthy. I don't know. A couple years ago.
Yeah, I mean, he was really good on the Mavs a couple years ago. But yeah. Okay. Jokic, Giannis, SGA, Luka. You named all those guys are European. Well, SGA is Canadian. But all those guys are not American players. Okay. So what I'm saying is the highest level talent from Europe had not come over to really start playing basketball yet. Okay. Also, it was an expansion era. Here's a fun one for you. Do you know how many players were drafted in MJ's draft?
I think one.
I'm going to pull up the exact number. I'm going to pull up the exact number for you. So, for instance, last year, do you know how many people were drafted last year?
I don't know, to be honest, bro.
59 because it's 60, but 59 because the Knicks forfeited a pick. Okay, so 60. I'll just say 60. 60 players typically are drafted nowadays. You know how many people were drafted in 84?
How much?
228. They were letting anyone in. If your neighbor could kind of hit a jumper, hey, come on to the league, bro. We're expanding. We need more players. It wasn't the elite of the elite back then. Okay. Now it's 60 players all across the world, across every college, the best, just the best. And sometimes they don't even make it. Okay. Back then in the 80s, 90s, man, your dog, your milkman, your brother, your dog's brother. Come on to the league, man. We got a couple extra teams that need more people. So it was watered down. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm sorry if anyone takes this as disrespect. I know my tone sounds that way. I'm just doing this because we're in the full on debate. I'm just in the moment. It was a watered down era. The elite of the elite were not in the league. Okay.
Reggie Miller.
What about Reggie Miller?
He was good. George Chuck.
Yeah, Reggie Miller was good.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hakeem was great. Shaq wasn't his prime self then. He was his prime. David Robinson was good. Tim Duncan was good. Sean Kemp was okay.
Gary Player.
Gary Payton, you mean?
Oh, Gary Payton, yeah.
Gary Payton was a good on-ball defender. He had no other abilities. He wasn't a very good passer. He wasn't a very good scorer.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird, I think I've said multiple times, I think Larry Bird is one of the few guys I'd put in that I think transfer immediately. He wouldn't really he'd have to shoot more because he didn't shoot as many threes as everyone tells you, right? Even you've said this before. I think we think Larry Bird's a bit of an overrated 3-point shooter. He didn't shoot a lot, but it's because he went out there in his warm up and he dominated the 3-point contest. Yeah, there was a lot of good players. I'm not saying there wasn't. I'm not saying that the 90s didn't have good players. Moses Malone was great. I'm just saying, what I'm saying is back then it was 228 players, 220, the pick 228. You know what? I actually have a good idea. I'm going to pull up the 1984 NBA draft. Okay. Let's go all the way down to pick 228 and see who it was. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
It was Dan Trant.
Dan Trant.
From Ireland.
Look what he said. Look what he said.
John Stockton. John Stockton. Put John Stockton on an assignment right now. Who's he? Okay. Okay, hold on. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. See, this is what I'm talking about. That is a ridiculous statement. John Stockton was what? Hold on. 6'1". He was 6'1", probably a buck 70. He's not handling today's assignments. He's not. He would not be able to keep up with the speed and that's happening. He was a good passer. Dude. Yo, John Stockton, your assignment tonight is Luka. Good luck, bro. Luka's giving him 70. Yo, hey, John, we need you to guard SGA today, man. He's fouling out in the first 3 quarters. Hey, John, you're on Steph today. Have fun running through all those screens. John, I'm sorry. I'm laughing. That sounds disrespectful. Great player for his era. Hey, Trey, you want John Stockton to guard Anthony Edwards?
Nah, he'll get cooked, bro.
Oh, my mic is leaving me. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. That being said, I don't think that. I think that today's era is far better in terms of. In what I'm specifically saying is, I'm not calling out all the all-time greats from back then. So I literally said 20 minutes ago that Scottie Pippen, I think, would play very well in today's era in his prime because he's fast, he's athletic, he was strong, and he could guard 1 through 4, and he was very versatile on offense. He could pass, he could score, he could drive. I've said that. I literally just said that MJ would eventually average 30 in today's era because if he worked on his 3, then he had one of the greatest work ethics ever. I have no doubt he would be in the gym doing that all the time, right? So, yeah, Anthony Edwards isn't a point guard, but he's a guard, right? I mean, he's the primary ball handler, right? And yeah, nobody can hold Luka by themselves. But I'm just saying that's who John Stockton would have to go up against on a nightly basis. He wouldn't get an easy game where he'd have to guard all these guys back to back to back to back, and especially in the playoffs, he'd have to guard all these guys. He'd be a liability. He would be unplayable. We've seen guys in today's era unplayable because of their defense. Luka struggled on defense when he was a Maverick. He's improved a lot since then on defense, in my opinion, especially now that he's in more shape. But we've seen guys who are far level better talents than John Stockton struggle to play defense. You know what I mean? We've seen it. And he's the all-time leader in steals. That moniker is not going to help him stop Steph Curry. That moniker is not going to help him stop Ant. It's not going to help him stop John Morant. John Morant might shoot him legitimately, actually. It's not going to help him stop Luka. It's not going to help him stop SGA. It's not. Dennis Schroeder might give him buckets legitimately. Dennis Schroeder's nice. He's nice, especially in his prime. Nice. He looked really good for Germany in the Olympics too. I'm just saying, and here's the thing. You know how many threes he shot? Let's do this, Trey. How many threes did John Stockton shoot per game in his career? Just guess. Just guess.
I don't know, bro.
1.5 a game in his career. All these guys from the 90s, they'd have to develop a three-pointer, or they'd be ineffective. Ben Simmons, who's a 6'10" freak of nature, got phased out of the NBA because he could not shoot. John Stockton had a decent mid-range shot. I understand that, but he's just his game. He'd be like that kid on the Grizzlies, Watanabe or whatever his name is. He's a good passer. He gets cooked on defense regularly. He can't hit a three. He just wouldn't fit in today's game.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I'm going to finish this thought, and we got to move on. We're already almost an hour in. We've barely gotten through 4 topics. What I'm saying specifically is the average level of player in today's game is so much more advanced than back then. That's just how sports go. That's just how it goes. These guys have had better access to training camps. They've had more access to equipment. You can go online and watch a pro level player give you drills. You couldn't do that back in the 90s. You couldn't do it. It was hard. You had to go. You had to be very talented. Now you can go to camps. You can go to NBA players' camps. Yeah, I knew you could do that back then, but it's a lot more accessible, right? It's a lot more accessible. So, yeah, he leads the league all time in assists. I'm not disagreeing with that. He's getting cooked in today's game. He's getting cooked. He'd be a liability at the end of games because he has an inability to defend. He can't shoot the three. He doesn't have a post game. Well, Chris Paul was about his same size, about 6'1". Chris Paul could hit a three. Chris Paul could hit a mid range. Chris Paul in his prime was very athletic. He could dunk. He dunked on Dwight Howard. He was far more athletic than people give him credit for. And as he's aged, he just retired, right? And we've seen him as he aged. He's a liability. He can't defend like he used to. He's not as quick as he used to be. He can't defend. So we've seen small players be able to defend, but Steph Curry's a liability on defense towards the end of games. Kyrie has been a liability on defense. He's very good in the 2016 finals on defense. I'll give him credit for that. He played very well. But he'd be unplayable. So the notion that he'd cook 95% of point guards today is ridiculous. He'd be unplayable in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Dog, you're playing against the Lakers and Luka Doncic is your assignment? Good Lord. John, at the end of the bench, I need you clapping. You're not going anywhere near. You know what I mean? Is it my opinion or is it just me being honest? Because if you legitimately think that John Stockton would be playable in the fourth quarter in today's game in a playoff game, I don't know what to tell you. The guy couldn't shoot. The guy he could steal, right? Yeah, I mean, sure. You saw him play. I've seen him play too. I've studied the game of basketball, right? But I don't think you just seeing him play means that he would play well in today's game. He wouldn't. He'd have to develop a three. He'd have a very good three. He'd have to develop a mid-range shot, a better mid-range shot. He'd have to develop a semblance of a post game, some kind of a post game. We've seen Jalen Brunson have a post game. He's about the same height, right? There's ways he could be effective, but if you transport him right now to today's game, he just wouldn't. He just wouldn't. He just wouldn't. So, I mean, if you want John Stockton guarding Luka, SGA, Ant, or Kyrie or Steph Curry in the fourth quarter of an NBA game, you got that. That's all you. That is all you. Trey, you can speak now. That's fine. You can disagree with me. I'm not the Bible. I'm not the basketball Bible. I just don't have a clear bias for the 90s. I just don't. I was born in the 90s. I grew up watching 2000s basketball. I think today's era is better than 2000s basketball. I think it's better than the early 2010s, right? I just do. I think the game has evolved. And when I'm 90, if Wemby has 7 championships, which I hope he's able to play long enough to have the opportunity to do so, but he's looked a little fragile in the last couple of years, I'll say he's the GOAT, right? Because basketball will improve. These guys will continue to get better. It's just how it goes. Bro, you want John Stockton guarding Cade Cunningham? I don't. Sorry, Trey, go ahead.
No, you're good. So I think basketball's evolved big time. I think Wembanyama, to your point, I don't think he'll play. I think he'll be retired the next 3 years, in my opinion. He'll be like Joel Embiid, always injured because he's too tall. And that's all I gotta say about that. Anyways, moving on to the next topic, though. So back to what I was saying. Are rings overrated when judging greatness? Yes.
You want to go first, or you want me to go first? You go first. Go first. I'll let you go first. I need to drink some water.
So here's the deal about this, okay? I heard a lot about Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus. I heard a lot about. We'll get to that later. I heard about Michael Jordan and LeBron James and Tom Brady, of course, and Patrick Mahomes and whatnot. Okay, here's the deal. I think yes, they're overrated judging greatness because here's the reason why. Me personally, Draymond Green is better than Dwayne Wade. He's not better than Kevin Durant. He's not a better player than Tim Duncan. Steph Curry is not better and nowhere close to better than Kobe Bryant. Nowhere close to being better than Tim Duncan, better than Shaq, Larry Bird, Hakeem Olajuwon. Okay. Troy Aikman is not better than Patrick Mahomes. He's not better than Tom Brady or Joe Montana or Aaron Rodgers. Okay. So yes, it's overrated in some aspects. I get it. Rings were 50-50 for me. I look at the rings, but I look at the context behind it too. Okay, what happened? How did they win? What was the impact when they lost? What was the impact when they won? What happens? Well, like Matthew Stafford right now is having an amazing season right now. He could be better than Aaron Rodgers. If he was to ring this year, I will say he's better than Aaron Rodgers. I will say it, me, myself. I'm critical of Aaron Rodgers. To me, the top 4 player of all time in the history of quarterbacks. But he's in some cases, rings are overrated in my book. Like Tiger wasn't Jack Nicklaus. Oh, Jack won 18 majors. Well, guess what? Tiger won when courses were harder, better competition, better putter, better driver of the green. He's better overall than Jack Nicklaus as a golfer. Okay. Rory McIlroy. Oh, Phil is better more than Rory does, though. Rory to me is better than Phil Mickelson. Mickelson fell off the cliff. He's a YouTuber golfer now. He's smoking cigarettes and smoking weed on a golf course. He's high on playing live. All that money got in his head. So yes, in some cases, rings are overrated. I hate the saying, well, because he has more rings than you. Jordan has 6. LeBron, he's better than Jordan then. It's not how it works, buddy. Not how it works. Bill Russell's a GOAT then. There you go. So yes, rings in some cases are overrated and judging any kind of greatness. Same with boxing too. Oh, Julio Cesar Chavez has the most wins ever. He's better than Muhammad Ali. You're full of crap if you think that. Oh, Muhammad Ali's what's his name? Sugar Ray Leonard has 45 wins in boxing. He's better than Canelo Alvarez. No, he's not. He's not better than Canelo Alvarez at all. So yes, rings are overrated. Sorry to say it to you guys. Rings is a team sport, not an individual sport. Accolades matter. I get it. It matters in the GOAT debate sometimes a little bit. But rings are a team sport. You know why Tom Brady's so great, guys? Because Tom Brady won with 2 teams. 3 teams, actually. Okay? When it mattered most, to get the ball to Tom Brady. I get it. He had a better coach, better defense too. But you know what happened? When the ball was in his hand, he won. He won. He had Amendola. They were good receivers he had. They weren't bombs, but yet, when it mattered most, Tom Brady won. Okay? He had the greatest comeback of all time. I submitted to it for everybody. That's what happened. Joe Montana is not better than Tom Brady. That's because you have 4-0 in the Super Bowl. Doesn't mean crap. So yes, Tom Brady. That Tom Brady's the GOAT because not because of the rings, it was look at the context behind it. Tom Brady won in 2000 era with the McGinnis of the world, with Randy Moss, with Teddy Bruschi of the world, with good running back, with all those players. That team was great. And in 2010s era, he won with Amendola, Edelman, Gronk. Then go to Buccaneers. He won with Antonio Brown, who has CTE, Mike Brown, Gronkowski again after retirement. That's why he's the GOAT. Because look at the context behind Tom Brady's rings. So yes, rings are overrated in some cases. Go ahead, Nick.
You mind putting my screen up for me real quick?
Your screen?
Yeah. Let me just. I don't have to say anything. I'll just let this guy say it for me.
6 championships. Bill Russell won 11. Does that make Bill Russell better than me and make me better than him? No, because we play at different eras. And 6.
Okay, that's crazy.
Are rings overrated when discussing in team sports, when discussing individuals rather than the team? Yes. And it's because of something called context. Okay. We can look at context. We can watch games. We can see opponents played against. We can see people fought against. We can see courses played against. We can see the differences and changes and the ebbs and flows of sports evolution. Okay. Is Robert Horry better than Michael Jordan?
No.
He has more rings, so why isn't he better?
Look at the context. Yeah, 2 points per game.
Well, what's the context? He was a role player. He's a role player on Champions. Okay. Is Bill Russell better than Jordan and LeBron and Kareem and Magic? Most people would say no. Why? He's got far more rings. Well, look at the context. Look at who he played against. Look at his teammates. Look at his team, the era he played in, right? So we can look at this. Until recently, the vast majority of the sports world said Barry Bonds was the GOAT. I said he was the GOAT. I changed my mind after I watched Shohei Ohtani throw 10 strikeouts and hit 3 home runs in one game. Okay, that's when I changed my mind. How many World Series does Barry Bonds have?
0.
Goose egg. Then why did so many people have him as the GOAT? Because we can watch the games. We can see his teams weren't as good as his opponent's teams. We can see the carry jobs he put on multiple different occasions for teams, right? That's why acting like LeBron losing in 2018 is detrimental to his GOAT debate is so dumb, in my opinion. It's just a dumb thought process. I'm not saying the person thinking it's dumb. It's just a dumb thought process. Smart people can have dumb thought processes. So I'm not calling anyone dumb. Just saying that is not a intellectually fair assessment of the situation. LeBron's second best teammate was I don't even know.
I think it was Kevin Love. He
Probably Kevin Love.
Yeah.
Pretty washed up at that point, Kevin Love. He was still good. He was still a good player, but he wasn't the same Kevin Love we'd seen before in the Timberwolves or even earlier in the years in the Cavs. Who's his third best player?
J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith, maybe? He was playing against Kevin Durant, first ballot Hall of Famer, top 15 player ever. Steph Curry, consensus top 10 player of all time, first ballot Hall of Famer, first unanimous MVP, even though it should have been LeBron's, but whatever. But it still was Curry's. Back-to-back MVP and Steph Curry. Klay Thompson, arguably the second greatest shooter of all time, in my opinion, yeah. 37 points in one quarter. Multiple time all defense, multiple time all-star. And then Draymond Green, defensive player of the year. Some people say one of the most versatile defenders ever. 4 first ballot Hall of Famers he had on that played against. And we say, oh, well, he lost that. That's in the, when people say 4-10, LeBron went 4-10 in finals. Can we actually analyze what happened? Because it's a team sport. It's not a 1v1. It's not boxing. It's not golf. It's not tennis. It's a team sport.
Yeah.
Right. So just because he lost in that finals, even though he averaged one moment, I want to get the exact numbers here. 34, 9, and 9. As the really only thing that the Warriors had to worry about. It's the only focus that they had to be on LeBron. Yeah. They didn't really have to give any focus on anyone else. And I'm just using LeBron in this example because I think it's a perfect example of why rings I don't think are as important as some people said. Oh, J.R. averaged 8.3 points per game in the 2017-2018 finals. Thank you, Drake. That was LeBron's third best player. There's this box score. I'm going to pull up the box score from this game. I'm going to pull up the box score from 2018 NBA Finals Game 1. Are you ready? Let's start with the Warriors here. So I'll pull up the Warriors. Steph Curry had 29 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds. Klay Thompson had 24 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Draymond Green had 13 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, near triple-double. Kevin Durant had 26 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. Let's go over to the Cavaliers. Let's start with his second best player. Kevin Love, 21 points. Not bad. 13 rebounds, 1 assist. Tristan Thompson, 2 points, 5 rebounds. J.R. Smith, 10 points, 6 rebounds. George Hill, 7 points, 2 rebounds. Larry Nance Jr., 9 points, 11 rebounds. Jeff Green, 7 points. LeBron James, 51 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. It is intellectually dishonest as a sports goer, a sports watcher, to say that finals is a detriment on LeBron's legacy. It's a detriment. That's a part of the ones he lost. He's not the GOAT. He lost that finals. I mean, do you want him to turn into Superman? I mean, he pretty much was all year. 8 40-point games in one playoff run. Drug them past multiple teams that should have beat them. A Celtics team with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and prime Marcus Smart, who was Defensive Player of the Year.
And Al Horford.
And Al Horford, who was very good. And he was much younger then, very good. Like, I don't, against a Pacers team where it was LeBron scored the most points overall, and then 4 Pacers, and then another Cavalier in total points scored. You have to look at context. You have to look at the reasons, right? If you want to bring up the 2011 finals, go for it. Because I've already said on this show that was LeBron's fault. Okay? It was LeBron's fault, right? Is he blameless? No. Neither was Jordan. Jordan lost plenty of times. Jordan lost to Penny Hardaway and Shaq, and nobody says anything about it, right? Steph Curry has lost. Shaq has lost. Kobe's lost. Kobe went for 0 points in a fourth quarter of a game 7 against the Suns. Crickets. Nobody says anything about that.
Chuck did.
Thank you, Chuck, for bringing up the thing that no one wants to talk about. So no, rings are overrated because it's a team sport. Rings are a team statistic. Should they be included in GOAT debates? Yes, as long as you bring up the context involved with it. If you want to talk rings and say rings are the reason. So if you ask a Jordan fan, why isn't Bill Russell better, even though he has more rings, they'll say, well, because the era is different and the context and the teams and the people he played against. So why doesn't that same line of logic apply to when we talk about LeBron and MJ? It's just intellectually inconsistent and dishonest. We have to be honest and keep the same level of consistency across all eras. We cannot exempt that train of thought from LeBron and talking about LeBron and MJ, or talking about Tiger and Jack, or talking about Roger Federer and all the other greats, the big three. It's intellectually dishonest. We can't exempt that from talking about baseball, talking about Barry Bonds being the GOAT.
Barry Bonds has 7. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. There's a lot of reasons why Barry Bonds was the GOAT, and rings were never involved. There's a lot of reasons why people think MJ's the GOAT, and they bring up rings, but then why isn't Bill Russell? Then they start to say that same argument as to why I believe LeBron's better than MJ. Eras, team differences, players, quality of players, that still applies across all of sports. So yes, rings are overrated. Do they matter? Obviously, because I don't have Carmelo Anthony as the GOAT, right? There's a lot of things that matter, but you have to include it in the debate or on the topic intellectually, honestly, and consistently. And if you do that, then yes. But yeah, overall, yeah. 8.7 points per game in the playoffs. His third best player. But yeah, so yeah, we kind of agree on this one.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a 1A, 1B question. Who's the most overrated superstar in the NBA and NFL, current and also in all time? I'm gonna go first. For NBA, I hate to say this a lot, but I'm gonna say it. I think it's Steph Curry. I think it's Steph Curry.
Okay. Oh.
I think it's Steph Curry. Here's why. So people look at 2015 Steph Curry when he had that fantastic season when he broke out finally. What happened the previous 5 years since rookie year to 2015? What happened, Nick? Nobody talked about him at all. Not one person did. Not Stephen A. and Skip not Chris, not Colin Cowherd, not SportsCenter. Nobody talked about him. You know why? Because he sucked. He sucked. But 2015, you know what happened? Oh, look at this, man. I get it. Curry's the greatest shooter of all time. I'll give you that. Top 9 in my book. His fans suck. His fans suck. Okay. Did you know after 2016, guys, the finals, that Draymond Green, Steph Curry went to the Hamptons and begged
them,
Kevin
KD.
Durant,
Begged
please,
him. Yeah.
please join me, Daddy, join me. And you know what happened?
What happened?
KD joined them, and now he's gonna go to be finally because of 4 rings he didn't deserve. 2015. Well, look what happened in 2015, guys. Well, LeBron, Kyrie got hurt. Okay, LeBron took me to Game 6, actually. Averaged 35 points per game. 2018, 2017 was stupid. The league, if that was David Stern alive, that would never happen with Kevin Durant.
No, he would have vetoed it. Yeah, he would have vetoed
that would
it.
have never. But I'm so a freaking idiot. So he decided, you know what? Pass it, bros. Pass it right now. That was stupid. So Kevin Durant is overrated in basketball. He's been playing bad so far lately. He had two good games. Look what happened after that. He fell off. Now the NFL, all time, it's Jalen Hurts.
Oh wow. Okay.
I thought about this a lot. I thought it was Aaron Rodgers. I thought it was people, but it's Jalen Hurts. Okay. So I blame RC. I blame Darren Orlovsky. I blame Swagoo. I blame Chris Broussard a little bit. I blame a little bit of Nick Wright putting him on Mahomes Mountain. I blame people in the media that praise this guy. Okay, here's the thing about Jalen Hurts. So when he beat the Cowboys in the first game of the season, I heard Ryan Clark say this about Jalen Hurts. Oh, Get Up. I'm see if I can find a clip real quick. This is hilarious. This is hilarious, guys. This is freaking hilarious. I gotta do this. This is hilarious. This is on Get Up too. Okay. And this is so stupid. So I'm gonna share put a screen. I hate to do this, but I have to do it. I have to do it. This made me mad. Okay. Look at this clip.
I was playing for the.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong way. Hold up. Bro, this freaking glitch on me. Okay, let me see if I can find it. I saw it on Get Up. Okay. I saw it on Get Up. Okay. Is it this one?
You know, I've been saying through the last few weeks, let's not forget what we've seen from Jalen Hurts in the biggest moments of his career. And I think tonight he showed again exactly who he can be when he's called upon. From the early pass to A.J. Brown that was called back because of OPI, I felt like Jalen Hurts was locked in. And then you looked at the way that he used his legs. He extended plays, the physicality in which he played with, and the poise he displayed the entire game, especially when Spags brought pressure. I'm going to say this, and I don't know if he'll be mad at me, but I hope that he won't. Jalen and I have developed a friendship over this season. We met at Upfronts, and we continued to talk. We continued to communicate.
Okay. You know why RC praises this guy? Because Jalen Hurts pays him, probably. Because look at his stats before, okay? 2022 when he won. I'm gonna go from college to now. Alabama football. You know what happened? Saban benched him and put it in Tua. You know what Tua did? Won a national championship. You know what Hurts did after that season? Went to Oklahoma. You know what he did to Oklahoma? It's nothing. His first year in the NFL. You know what happened his first year in the NFL? Don't bring this up, Nick. Tom Brady bounced him out in the wild card. Tom Brady bounced him out. A 44-year-old Tom Brady said, you know what, Hurts? You're overrated. Bye. You're done. Tom Brady did that to Jalen Hurts. Had 4 touchdowns on him. 2022 against in the 2023 Super Bowl that he played against the Chiefs. You know how many touchdowns he had that season, Nick? 23 touchdowns. and he was second in MVP voting. What the heck is going on? Those writers should be drug tested because Dak had better numbers than him. Josh Allen did. Lamar Jackson did that year. Yeah, 23 touchdowns. He's this elite quarterback now. Really? That's what we're doing now. The next year after that, Baker Mayfield and the Bucks bounced them out of the playoffs. Last year, I praise him for that. That game was great. I think they put the Chiefs put this Mahomes didn't play good at all. He was awful all season and last year. So yeah, I'll give him that one. That I'll give him the Super Bowl last year. This year in particular, he has 16 touchdowns and 1,000 yards passing. And you know what Darnell Losky did on First Take on Friday? He said he had 22 touchdowns, which is very inaccurate. So in my opinion, Hurts is overrated. Look what happened. Look what happened yesterday. He blew a 21-point lead to the Cowboys. To the Cowboys, bro, who are last in the NFL in defense. That's what happened yesterday. So he's the most overrated football player of all time. I can't wait till he loses. What are they going to say then? You know what happened? Josh Dart outplayed him in the game. He's been awful all year. He's not that good. He's not that good at all. He sucks. If Dak Prescott has 16 touchdowns, you know what Stephen A will do? And everybody say, oh, he needs to be out of there. Jerry Jones should have never signed him. That's what would have happened. Mahomes last year was getting critiqued. Oh, Mahomes is not playing like Mahomes now. Mahomes stuff. He's washed up. He ain't Tom Brady. That's what we did. That's what we did last year. Where's the energy at for Jalen Hurts this year? 16 touchdowns, by the way, guys. That's MVP caliber numbers. That's Super Bowl. That's top 5 football players of all time. Here's the deal: Mahomes is better than him. Herbert's better than him. Baker Mayfield's better than him. Stafford's better than him. Dak's better than him. So is Daniels. So is C.J. Stroud. So is JJ. Probably Caleb Williams is better than him. Jared Goff's better than him.
Wow.
That's 10 people better than Jalen Hurts, by the way, and he's so-called an elite quarterback with 16 touchdowns. So yes, for me, the NBA is Curry of all time, and NFL is Jalen Hurts.
Okay, that was good. I agree with you about Curry. I agree with you about Jalen Hurts. You're gonna get so angry. My most overrated superstar. Oh, you're gonna get so angry.
And what?
In the NBA. I hate to say it. Steph's definitely up there for me. Wilt's up there for me. Kobe Bryant. Let me talk. Let me say some context. I have Kobe ranked 6th on my top 10. So I think he's a great player. I think he's a great player. I have 5 guys ahead of him. And I think I'm being generous. I think I'm being pretty generous to him because I modeled a lot of what I do on a basketball court after Kobe. I watched him a lot when I was younger. Derrick Rose is my favorite player. I could not move like Derrick Rose, so I could not move like LeBron. So I had to pick somebody who I could move a little closer to in the 2010 onward Kobe. Still very athletic, obviously, but a lot of his points came in the post in footwork and scoring. And here is why I'm going to tell you why he's the most overrated. And I hate to say it, but it all started after he tragically passed. And I remember exactly where I was when he passed away. I was at Chicken Express on Jim Lake Road in Amarillo, Texas, or on Tascosa, I guess is what it was. And I remember exactly where I was, and I saw the TMZ report. I thought it was fake, and then more stuff started coming out. So I need you guys to know this is not coming from a place of hate because or disdain or whatever, because I really enjoyed Kobe as a basketball player. The notion or the thought, and we're going to talk about this a bit later, that he has a GOAT case is ridiculous. And it's the same train of thought as to why Steph Curry doesn't have a GOAT case. Trey Lopez will sit up here and say, Steph Curry doesn't have a GOAT case because he wasn't the best player on 2 of his championships. And he took a backseat to KD. And he only won 2 MVPs. And he only has 1 finals MVP out of 4 rings. So he's not the GOAT. But then you ask him about Kobe. Oh, Kobe has a GOAT case. It's the same exact thing. He was the second best player on 3 out of his 5 championships. Was he important? Obviously. Was Steph Curry important in 2017, 2018? Obviously. But neither of them were the driving force of their teams. It was KD for Steph, and it was Shaq for Kobe. Shaq won all 3 finals MVPs. Shaq was the focal point of everyone's defense. Shaq was the focal point of the team. KD was the focal point of Steph Curry's team. KD was the focal point of defense for Steph Curry's team. It's the same train of thought. Steph only has 2 MVPs. Kobe only has 1. Trey will tell you he got robbed. I think MJ and LeBron also got robbed of probably 2 to 3. I think LeBron got robbed of 3. I think MJ probably got robbed of 2. Both of them should have 7 MVPs, in my opinion. One has 5, one has 4. They were robbed of MVPs as well. They still have multiple. Kobe only has 1. Kobe has 2 finals MVPs out of 5. Steph Curry has 1 finals MVP out of 4. You just said my exact reason why Kobe doesn't have a GOAT case as to why you think Steph Curry's overrated. But you will not admit that. And Kobe fans will not admit that. Was Kobe great? Yes. He was not blameless. He was not faultless. He did not have a perfect career. He got 3 rings early because he got the best player in the league on his team in Shaquille O'Neal, who averaged over 30 points a game in those 3 finals across all 3. Kobe for the first one was not Kobe, by the way. He averaged about 15 points per game in that playoffs. It was the second and third one when he really blossomed into the second best player on that team. Okay. So to sit across from me figuratively and say that Steph Curry is the most overrated player ever because of the same exact reasons why I think Kobe is, it's just very interesting. Kobe is not better than LeBron. He's not close to LeBron. Kobe is not better than Jordan. He's not close to Jordan. Okay? He's not. And all of you, I'm going to turn this into a LeBron Jordan thing. I'm just do it real quick because I can't help myself. All of you say Kobe's the closest thing to Mike. Kobe's the closest thing to Mike. Well, LeBron owned Kobe, 16-6. Dominated him. Okay? Anyways, just throwing that out there. Back to the main topic discussion. And here's the main reason why I think Kobe is one of, if not the most overrated players in the NBA. And I still have him 6th. And I think I overrate him a bit. Let me tell you. Let me pull this up, Trey. What does everyone say? Oh, it's the Mamba mentality. He's a cold-blooded killer. He'll never back down. He'll never this. He'll never that. He's just a warrior. He's the clutchest player ever. Let me give you some numbers here. In the fourth quarter of a playoff games, between 1 minute and 0 minutes left, with shots to tie or take the lead, it's about as clutch as you can get. Fourth quarter of playoff games, to tie or take the lead, Kobe was 12 of 44. That is 27%. LeBron, 22 of 45. That's 48%. These numbers are a bit old. LeBron's are actually a bit better now because of that Grizzlies series. He hit multiple clutch shots in that Grizzlies series a couple years ago. So those are actually not even updated LeBron numbers, but those are updated Kobe numbers. From 3-point shots to tie or take the lead in the last minute. This is between 1997 to 2023, okay? 3-point shots, Kobe to tie or take the lead in the last minute of fourth quarter of playoff games. 3 of 17. LeBron is 4 of 9. The notion that Kobe was the clutchest player ever is statistically incorrect. It just is. He was not. He actually missed a lot. He was 27% from the field in clutch situations. That's 20% less, 22% less than LeBron. And I can name some other people as of 2023 who have better statistics than him in the clutch. Dwayne Wade had better. He was 5 of 17. That's 29%, a bit better. Tim Duncan was 6 of 20, 30%. That's better. Hedo Turkoglu was 5 of 16. That's 31%. Steve Nash, 7 for 19, 36%. Dame Lillard, 9 of 24, 37%. Dirk Nowitzki, 8 of 21, 38%. John Stockton. Hey, here you go, Uncle David, right here. John Stockton, 17 of 18. That's 38%. Manu Ginobili, 9 of 23, 39%. Reggie Miller. Here you go, Trey. Reggie Miller was good. 7 of 17, 41%. Jimmy Butler, 7 of 15, 46%. LeBron James, 22 for 45, 48%. And then Ray Allen, a freak in the clutch, 11 of 21, 52%. These are not updated numbers for everybody. LeBron's are a bit better, but for Kobe, they're updated. No, he's not the clutchest player ever. He actually was not very good in the clutch. I'm sorry. He just wasn't. He chucked a lot of shots up, 44 of them. He missed 32. So no, he's not the clutchest player ever. And that's one of the main reasons I think he's one of the most overrated superstars in the NBA, because he's compared to Jordan and LeBron often. Trey thinks he has a GOAT case. We'll talk about this a little bit later. No, he doesn't. As for the NFL, I haven't really thought about this. I think Jalen Hurts is definitely the most overrated in today's game. I don't think I actually know. I could rage bait Trey, but I don't think I want to do that. I'll just have to agree with you specifically right now. It's definitely Jalen Hurts. Trey talked about it. All pros. I think Brock Purdy is also very overrated as well for the very same reason as Jalen Hurts. But I don't know who'd be the most overrated ever, but definitely right now I'd have Jalen Hurts. So, yeah.
That is the most blasphemous take I've ever heard in my entire life. But
see what I'm saying? He'll say the exact same.
No, here's the deal though. Here's the deal though about Kobe Bryant, and here's the deal. I hate what the media did to him because
put him Kate Cunningham stats.
You know what happened? You know what happened, guys?
What?
So when Kobe Bryant got that situation in Colorado, everybody hated him after that, and that's that. And by the way, the writers are white, majority of them. So that
happened. Trey, that happened.
No, but you know what though? They let things on the court go off the court, go on the court though. That's what they did.
I know. And did you see how I didn't mention that once? I didn't mention it once.
And guess what?
I only talked about basketball.
I know, because that shit, it's a whole point of basketball, not freaking off the court stuff. But we're gonna move on now. So prime Kobe Bryant 2020s, what happens?
Prime Kobe. So what are we saying? Are we saying 2010? Or are we saying
2003? 2003 was his peak year, but getting his peak year to about before he tore his Achilles.
Yeah, so 2012, 2014, around there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prime Kobe in today's game. He, like I've said before, would have to work on his three. He was not a good three-point shooter at all. LeBron is a far better three-point shooter. It's weird that people never make that connection when talking about either of them, but he'd have to work on his three. But he was an underrated passer. I know he took a lot of shots, but he was good at passing when you wanted to be. He's a good rebounder. And I think one of the reasons why he would transfer pretty seamlessly, in my opinion, is his defense. He was used to the style of defense played, the quickness, and specifically in his prime, he could guard 1 through 4 pretty effectively. He struggled with the 4s, but big ones, but he was very athletic, very fast. So he guarded 1 through 3 very well. And, he was used to playing in the post in eras where you could double team, and in the era where you could double team and play zone defense. So Kobe would be very, very good in today's era. I think that I don't know exactly how it would look like with the fouling, because I know we've seen James Harden, SGA, and now Luka. I keep it consistent. Luka's averaging almost 12 free throws a game or something like that. Kobe would probably, especially when he was younger, driving a lot, he'd probably get to the foul line quite a bit. So he would definitely benefit from that. I think Jordan would as well. But Yeah, no, I think he'd fit fine. He'd have to work on his three. He'd have to become a better 3-point shooter. But we've seen SGA do what he's doing. I think Kobe's a far more skilled player than SGA. So I have no reason to believe that Kobe wouldn't be able to play very well in today's era in his prime. So
Yeah, I agree. I think he would. I think he'll have to work on 3-point shooting a lot. I think his footwork was as good as everybody else's.
I think it's probably the best footwork ever.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's more skilled than Jordan, and I'll have Jordan 1, 2, 3. I don't know yet. I got to think about it still. But yeah. Anyways, I agree with you about Nick. So, okay, this is my favorite topic of it all,
Here we go.
and I mean this with all sincere. Does Kobe beat Bryant have a GOAT case? Yes or no? I'm gonna go first. Nick already went. Nick.
I kind of went. Yeah, I kind of went.
So, to me, he does. Here's why. Maybe like top 5 case. Not GOAT.
No. Does he have a GOAT case? Does he have a GOAT case? Right?
He does. Here's what I'm gonna say. Here's why. Okay. So, I hate to do this about Shaq. I hate to do this to Shaq. Okay. I hate to do this to Shaq.
Oh no! Don't do it, Trey. He's the reason your guy has 3 of those 5.
Let me talk. Hold on. Let me talk. So 1995, Shaq was a big reason why they went to the finals. Penny Hardaway was a little bit hurt.
He was good though.
Shaq was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you know what, Hakeem Olajuwon? But you know what happened? Shaq forced things, and he got bullied by Hakeem Olajuwon. By the way.
Okay,
but that's number one.
Continue.
Number one. Now back to the Kobe Bryant and Shaq era. I hate to do this. I hate to do this again.
Don't do it, bro.
Kobe had to do more because Kobe had to go to perimeter and go the best perimeter out there, while Shaq sat in the paint. Shaq. Here's the deal. I don't think Shaq would be good in today's era. You know why? Because today's game, center shoot now. Center shoot. Joel Embiid shoots. Jokic shoots. Wembanyama shoots. AD shoots. Heck, even DeAndre Ayton shoots. He wasn't good at free throws. So why would he be good? Why would he be a good shooter? Why would he be a good shooter, Nick? I don't know.
Hold on. Did you just say Shaq would not fit in today's era?
He would in the paint, but as far as skill talent, no.
That's all he needs to do. Have you seen him play? Okay, We're stopping right.
Nick, he was good in the paint, but he wasn't doing Joel Embiid stuff and
stuff. He didn't need to.
He had to. But anyways, here's the deal. Though. Back to all serious now. Kobe Bryant had a guard Martin Ginobili, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James.
Dwayne Wade?
He did guard Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade played it too. I'm talking about like his whole career. Not just the first 3 championships.
Oh, okay.
Tracy McGrady. When Shaq was out, by the way, Kobe Bryant actually led that. Shaq was out for a month in 2002-2003 season. Out for 2 months. Lakers were 3rd in the West. You know what the number 1 option was? Was Kobe Bryant. Second in scoring behind that was Robert Horry. Believe it or not, it was Robert Horry. Kobe Bryant had a stretch of seven straight games of 40-point games. Okay. Now here's the deal. When Shaq was getting bullied by Tim Duncan in the playoffs,
bullied.
You know he built him out. Kobe Bryant did.
Oh my goodness, bro!
That's what happened. Okay, that's what happened. Okay, Kobe Bryant and the Spurs dynasty. Kobe Bryant in 2008 season in the playoffs. He had to go against Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Monty Ginobili, and a prime Dirk Nowitzki, by the way, as Steve Nash, a solid Kings team, and Kobe was a leading scorer option, and then he had a better numbers than Shaq did. And in 2001 against the Kings, by the way, Kobe broke out that year. That was his breakout game as a prime. Okay, I'm here now. Okay. Now here's the deal. When Shaq left the Lakers,
Yeah, tell me what happened then.
Kobe was still amazing offensively wise.
Yeah, what happened?
35 points per game every
When
single
did
game.
He went back to the finals right after, right? Oh,
Yeah, he did. He did actually. Yeah.
Wait, he didn't?
He did in 2008. Anyways,
That's not right after. He left in
right-
2004. That's 4 years later.
that's what happened, though. That's
4 years later.
And by the way, Shaq was the number 2 option against Miami. By the way, with D Wade, it was still in his
This
prime.
is not a Kobe Shaq debate. This is not a Kobe Shaq debate.
No, I'm giving somewhere though. Okay. Kobe Bryant was the first option 2009, 2010 championship, by the way. And by the way, the Spurs team had better depth on bench, a better power forward, and a better center than the Lakers did. Andrew Bynum was hurt all at the time with his broken knees. Okay. Against the Celtics, by the way, they had a better team overall. Kobe Bryant led charge and won that championship. It's a 5-on-5 team, but Kobe Bryant built them out. There was a game, by the way, game 5, Kobe Bryant had 20 consecutive points in a row, and he won a game against Tony Allen. So Kobe Bryant has to go case. He's the only player in NBA history to win.
Oh, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
35 player of all time.
This is okay. That's baloney. You know, Powell was top 75.
No, he wasn't.
You know,
top 100, the max.
Okay. You know what? Hold on. No.
By the way, Kobe Bryant.
No.
Kobe Bryant.
No. You're not doing this. You're not doing this to me.
The perimeter had a guard every position. Shaq did it.
Do you think Kobe didn't guard the power forward or the center?
He had to guard.
He did not guard every position.
He did more offensive, defensive wise. He had to do both ways. More than Shaq did.
No, he did not. Shaq was the primary focus of that team's offense. It was feed Shaq. And Kobe got to benefit from the gravity of Shaq. Now, stop. I'm going. This is ridiculous. First of all, Powell was snubbed from the top 75 list, and I'm going to tell you why. Look me in the eyes and tell me Dave Bing is better than Pau Gasol. Do you even know who Dave Bing is?
I do know who he is, but no, he's not.
Okay, he was in the top 75 team. Do you think Dave Debouché was better than Pau Gasol?
No.
He's on the top 75. Do you think Billy Cunningham was better than Pau Gasol? No, you don't. Do you think Anthony Davis is better than Pau Gasol?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Do you think Dolph Schayes is better than Pau Gasol?
No. But no, I know what you're doing. You're thinking slick. Because Dwight Howard should be in the top 25. He wasn't in it. He's better than Pau Gasol. Okay.
That's not what we're talking about.
Kyrie Irving should have been in it.
Okay, there's a lot of people who were snubbed. Pau Gasol was snubbed. He was snubbed from this list. When this list was made, he was snubbed. You don't think Lenny Wilkins? You don't think Hal Greer? You don't think freaking Dave Cohen's? You don't think any of these guys were better than Pau Gasol? So quit that baloney, because we all know Pau Gasol's a top 75 player. That being said, ridiculous nonsense to say Shaq would not dominate in today's era. And I'm going to tell you why. No, shut your mouth and listen to me. Listen to me.
He would not.
Listen to me. You are a moron.
Can he shoot?
Can Giannis shoot?
He can, actually, yeah.
Can Giannis shoot?
He got to shoot.
Okay, so let's see here. Let's see. Let's see here.
He ain't good though.
Oh no. You said Giannis can shoot. Let's pull up his 3-point statistic. Let's see how well he can shoot. He averages 28% from 3 in his career. He can't shoot. Why is he dominant? Because he is a physical freak of nature. He's 7 feet tall. He's got an 8-foot wingspan.
Can Shaq guard the perimeter? Yes,
he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to guard the perimeter.
He has to.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He has to.
You've never heard of zone defense in your life? They just run a zone. They can just run a zone. They can run a zone.
Leave Steph Curry open, okay.
Oh, what's Shaq on Steph Curry? Shaq doesn't need to guard Steph Curry.
You know what happens, though? Shaq gets screens all the time, though. Steph Curry gets screened all the time.
I get it. Shaq got to step up. Okay, so how's Draymond going to do against Shaq? How's Draymond going to do against Shaq?
I saw you bash. Nick, how's he going to do? Nick, I saw you bash Jokic when he put his hand up. Did you not?
Is Jokic a defensive juggernaut?
He's not, but he had to step up.
No.
He had to step up, though. He had to put his hand
Yeah,
up.
but is he a defensive juggernaut? No, he's not.
No.
And guess what? He's the best player in the world.
Okay.
Shaq would dominate in today's era. He's way too big. He's way too strong.
Listen.
Strength
I think
is,
Shaq will average 35 points per game. That's good numbers, but he can't shoot. He cannot shoot.
He doesn't have to.
Today's kid, you have to shoot.
No. Here's the thing. I just said you have to be a good shooter. That was John Stockton, Kobe, and MJ. What do John Stockton, Kobe, and MJ not have in common with Shaq? Being 7 foot, 350 pounds of diesel fueled power. That's the difference. Okay, because we've seen Giannis bully. Giannis bully is a freak of nature. There are specific players throughout all of basketball who are errorless in terms of what they did was so good you could not stop it. Shaq was bullying Ben Wallace. Okay, do you want Draymond Green to guard Shaq?
No, he would get demolished.
Okay, do you want
Rudy Gobert
to guard Shaq?
Nick,
You want DeAndre Ayton to guard Shaq?
Nick,
you want Victor Wembanyama to guard Shaq?
Nick. You also, I think you should use my words out of context. I think
I'm not taking them out of context. You literally said he would not be good in today's era. You said that.
I mean, like shooting wise, he wouldn't be able to shoot.
No. That's baloney.
That's what I said. That
doesn't matter. He couldn't shoot back then. It didn't matter.
Okay.
He's 7'1", 350 pounds of bully muscle. He doesn't have to shoot. He doesn't have to. He does not have to shoot. You put him in the paint, and he bullies his way to the basket and gets buckets all day long. That being said, you're trying to steer me in a different direction, so I won't dismantle your stupid Kobe debate argument. Here we go. Here's why Kobe Bryant does not have a GOAT debate. And it's just copy and paste the exact same thing Trey says about Steph Curry. What does Trey say about Steph? No, I'm talking. I'm talking. I was silent the whole time you were talking. I'm talking.
You didn't.
No, I was. I did never interrupt it. I just put my heads in my hand because you're a freaking moron. Listen to me. Listen. Shaq was the primary focus on all three of those championship teams. Yes, he was. He won the finals MVPs, and the votes weren't close. If you went back and read the newspaper in the 2000s, that three-peat era, no one was saying Kobe was robbed of a finals MVP. Shaq robbed him. We'll just go stat by stat. Okay, let's start with Kobe. Kobe's first championship run, 1999-2000 season. He averaged 15.6 points per game, 4.6 rebounds, and 4.2 assists on 36% field goal shooting. Okay. Shaq in the same year, 1999-2000 in the NBA Finals, Shaq averaged 38 points, 16.7 rebounds, 2 assists on 61% field goal shooting. Okay, so he averaged 23 more points per game than Kobe. Okay, that one, yeah, clearly Shaq was the leading force of that one. Okay, 2000-2001. Kobe in the NBA Finals averaged 24.6 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, and 6 assists per game on 41% shooting. That's a very good stat line. I think Kobe turned into a very good second option. Shaq in that Finals averaged 33 points per game, 16 rebounds, and 5 assists on 57% shooting. And then the final year, the three-peat, 2001-2002. Kobe averaged 26.8 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists per game on 51% shooting. Very good. Very good. Very good stats. So surely they got to be better than Shaq's, right? Shaq in 2001-2002 averaged 36 points per game, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists. And mind you, you want to talk about defense. All you're saying, defense. Shaq, his first finals as a Laker, 2.7 blocks per game. Second finals as a Laker, 3.4 blocks per game. And then in this third one, 36 points per game, 12 assists, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks per game on 59% shooting. He swept the finals MVPs every single time. So don't you dare. Don't you even pretend to act like Kobe was the best player on any of those teams, because he wasn't.
Did Shaq guard the perimeter? Yes or no?
Did Kobe guard the paint? Yes or no?
He did. Yeah.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
I see him do it.
Who guarded Tim Duncan? Was it Kobe? No, it was Shaq. So shut your mouth. This whole baloney, there is no way you're going to look me in the eyes after I said those stats, the differences in those stats, and say Shaq wasn't as good as Kobe because he didn't have to guard the perimeter. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, what did Shaq do?
Dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
So let me ask you a question there. Let me ask you a question. In 2006, when he won the finals, who carried him? Who carried him?
That has legit. No, listen. No, shut your mouth and listen to me. You were starting a whole different conversation.
Shut
your mouth and listen to me. This is a different conversation. We're talking about when they were together, not when they were separate. When they were together. You want to talk about 2008 for Kobe? No, you don't. You don't want to talk about 2008. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he had a good year, and then he was
7 points per game. In the finals, he did. Want to look it up?
Yeah, he also went for 9 for 26 in Game 6. So, or Game 7. Yeah, anyways, these are different conversations you're trying to start. When they were together and the three-peat, Shaq was the best player on those teams. Nobody on planet Earth but you and Kobe super fans say otherwise. He was better.
Let me ask you a question, though. Let me ask you one more question, okay? About Kobe Bryant. Why did Lakers choose Kobe Bryant as their first option and Shaq and went in after 2004?
Because Shaq left.
But
Shaq
why?
and Kobe did not get along.
No, that's not why. Because Shaq in the documentary said this. He was mapping. Phil Jackson said this too. So did Jenny Buss. They said they wanted Kobe Bryant as a first option over Shaq. And Shaq didn't like that.
Because Shaq was starting to not take care of himself physically. None of this has anything to do with the three-peat when Shaq was in shape and dropping near 40 points per game in the finals. None of it matters. None of this matters. You're putting your hands up like you did something. You did nothing. Because you can't even talk about this properly. You always start to bring up a different conversation.
It's the same
None of that matters. Shaq was the best player on those three teams. Those three champions. He was the best player. He just was. He won the finals MVPs. He had the most points. He was the focal point of the offense. He was the focal point of opposing defenses. He was the best player on those teams. I'm sorry. You can finagle your way and try to make it seem like he wasn't, but he was. And everyone on the earth with a brain thinks this, okay? Where does this year rank? All time? Like 512. I'm kidding. It's actually an interesting discussion that we need to talk about. Trey.
Okay,
I miss you too, Mish.
Okay,
Trey.
SGA is not even close to being in that GOAT debate. He's a free throw merchant.
Whoa. I miss you, Mish. Trey. You're not even letting me finish my argument because you just start bringing up things that don't matter. What happened in 2008? What happened when Shaq was on the Heat? None of that matters. We're talking about when he was in the three-peat. Okay, now let me talk. After Shaq left, Kobe's teams did nothing. Oh, well, it's a team sport. I know it's a team sport. He couldn't do anything until he got Pau Gasol. Kobe and the other thing, I should have mentioned this in the overrated portion of this part, but a lot of things I've heard from Kobe fans, specifically one, my buddy Victor, he said,
hold up. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Okay, now talk about the chat.
The chat can hear you. If I can hear you, the chat can hear you.
People are texting me they can't hear me now. I don't know what happened.
Listen, I heard, well, Kobe was loyal. Kobe requested a trade to the Bulls. And you know what the Lakers did? You know what the Lakers did in response to that?
What happened?
They got him Pau Gasol. They said, no. We'll get you somebody. We'll fix the team. We'll do this. We'll get it for you, okay? Here's the thing. It's the same train of thought as the Steph Curry argument. You don't think Steph's the GOAT or close to the GOAT or has the GOAT debate. Why? Because he wasn't the best player on his team for 2 of his rings. Because he had that amazing team, right? All these things. You keep saying this. But then that same train of logic, that same thought process, you do not apply to the Kobe argument because you are biased. Kobe does not have a GOAT debate. Kobe was not the best player on his team for 3 of his 5 championships. If LeBron James, if in 2020 AD was better than him, oh my goodness. You guys would all say he's not even remotely close to the GOAT. Oh, he wasn't the best player in 2020. He's not even close to the GOAT. That same argument doesn't apply to Kobe or Steph, even though you apply it to Steph, but you won't apply it to Kobe. It makes no sense.
But here's the deal, though. In 2015, when Steph Curry won a championship, LeBron James could have sold LeBron James. He had a chance to sweep LeBron. And Andre Iguodala was the Finals MVP. That's what happened, okay?
Okay.
But here's the deal. Between Steph Curry and
how does that change it? Kobe wasn't the Finals MVP.
Because Kobe Bryant.
Kobe averaged 15 points per game in 2000. He averaged 15 points per game.
But 2009, though, 2010, Kobe Bryant won 2 Finals MVP. Led both teams.
Okay. Steph led the team in 2022. Why does that not matter?
Because it's 1 Finals MVP.
So it's one out of 4 compared to 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
You have this is the worst argument I've ever heard. Kobe Bryant doesn't have a GOAT debate, and let me go through this quick. We're almost 2 hours in.
Talk about that. Kobe Bryant had 81 points too. Steph Curry didn't.
Okay. So Wilt's the GOAT because he had 100?
No.
Oh, okay. Interesting how you just like bounce these things around. These are really weird. Let me ask you one thing. Kobe has 1 MVP, Steph has 2. So what happened there?
Like I said, the whole accusations of him.
He got robbed. Oh, okay. Interesting. But he only got 1. Huh. Yeah. That's odd. Anyways, no, he doesn't have a GOAT debate. Great player. No, he doesn't have a GOAT debate. He wasn't the best player on his team for 3 out of his 5 championships. Steph had a unanimous MVP. Steph had back-to-back MVPs. Kobe only had 1 MVP. Kobe was not the best player on his team for 3 out of his 5 championships. Kobe was not great in the 2008 finals. He also had an opportunity to prove why he was better than Steve Nash. And what did he do in that fourth quarter of that Game 7, Trey? What are you going to tell me? 0 points. Yeah. He had 0 points. If LeBron scored 0 points in a Game 7 in the playoffs in the fourth quarter, I think MJ and Kobe fans would just hang him in the gallows. They would legitimately hang him in the gallows. So you need to keep it consistent when you talk about Steph and when you talk about Kobe, because they have a very similar career arc. Very similar. Very, very similar. He does have cool shoes. He does. Kobe has great shoes. Kobe does have great shoes. You're absolutely right. But you got to keep it consistent, Trey. You can't.
On top of that, it's right away, though. So this is Kobe Bryant's highest peak in 20,000 and LeBron's highest peak, too, okay? So Kobe Bryant in 2006 had 35 points per game, 35.4 points per game. LeBron's highest peak season was 31 points per game, okay? Okay?
How many shots did they take compared to each other? How many shots did Kobe take when he averaged 35? You want to know? It's 27.
I know.
Has LeBron ever averaged 27 shots per game?
No.
Okay. What about finals? Surely Kobe has averaged higher in the finals, right? What's their peaks in the finals? Kobe's most points per game in the finals is what? 32? Yeah, 32. What's LeBron's? 34, 35. Oh, okay.
51, yeah.
Interesting. And that's really interesting. Okay. Anyways, continue.
So Kobe Bryant does have a cold case in my book.
No,
in my book it does. In my book it does.
It's the same thing as Steph.
No, it's not.
It's the same reason you don't say Steph's the GOAT or has a GOAT case. It is.
No, it's not.
For the majority of their rings, they were not the best player on the teams.
Because Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer of all time, probably, bro.
Okay, and Shaq's the most dominant player of all time.
And he won't dominate today's game, though. He would have had not shooting, not skill wise. Skill-wise, he wouldn't, but yeah.
He wasn't skill wise back then. Shaq's
Kobe
swing was
Bryant-
never his
And
footwork.
Kobe Bryant
Shaq's swing was never his
had to go
dribbling
guard the
package.
perimeter. He had to go guard the perimeter.
You're acting like Shaq was good because he had a deep bag. Shaq was never good because of his deep bag. Shaq was good because when he put his shoulder down, people flew into the stands. Wait, what does that have to do with anything?
Because Kobe Bryant had to go guard the perimeter, bro.
Okay, because he was 6'6".
6'7".
He was not okay, bro. Anyways, Shaq was guarding the paint. What are we talking about? Shaq guarded bigs. In today's game, you do not want to put your 7-footer on a 6-footer. Even in today's game, they have to do it sometimes, but that's not your first choice. My first choice isn't DeAndre Ayton on SGA. My first choice isn't Jokic on Ja or Luka. That's not my first choice. That has nothing to do with anything. This is a weak GOAT argument from you. Weak.
And by the way, Kobe Bryant's being the most 50-win teams of all time in the postseason.
50-win teams?
Yeah, he has, yeah. In 3 different eras.
Okay. How many of those are when Shaq was leading the team? Can you tell me that?
Hey, bro. He has the most. He has the most. So.
And how many of those were when he wasn't the best player on his team?
Yeah, he still did it though. He still did it. He still did it, Nick. Like he still did it, Nick.
Well, Steph still beat LeBron.
Oh, so Steph beat LeBron?
No, I'm just saying he still beat him twice.
No. He said Steph
3 times. 3 times. Oh, what's the difference? Oh, we're lacking context. Oh, the special C word. Context is important, isn't it? Steph will beat LeBron 3 times. Why? Because one of them, LeBron's entire team's knees exploded. Kevin Love's shoulder imploded. And the other times, he had the greatest team of all time. Context is important. So how many of those 50-win teams did Kobe beat when he wasn't the best player on his team? Yeah. All right, let's move on. You're getting fried right now, son.
Hey, Kobe Bryant's a GOAT in my book, bro. Okay, so
you don't even think that. You don't even think that.
I actually do think that. Anyway,
no, you don't. No, you don't think that.
Curry's better than Braun, guys. Apparently, according to Nick. Anyway,
that's not what I said, but okay.
So in football's more offense now. So does defense still matter in football, Nick? Yes or no?
Okay, so listen. Yes,
I know it's still like
matters.
Open. Okay.
Yeah, it still matters. Obviously, Eagles last year they had a top 5 defense, right? Chiefs before top 5 defense, right? Tampa Bay when they won, top 5, top 10 defense. The Chiefs when they won in 2022, top 5 defense, right? When the Bengals beat the Chiefs, they had a defense that was able to hang on, and Lou Anarumo specifically does very well against the Chiefs, and his defenses. The defense of that game is why they won. The Rams when they won, why'd they win? Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey and that defense. The last play of the game, Aaron Donald made a play. Yeah, defense still matters. Offense is obviously very important in today's game, but now we're seeing defenses adjust to these passing, the double shell coverage, the double high coverage, right? Vic Fangio having 2 high safeties. That's really changed the way the game's played. The Denver Broncos might win multiple playoff games because of their defense. They beat the Chiefs because of their defense. Defense is still very, very important, and it matters. And you have to have a good one if you want to compete. Ask the Dallas Cowboys. So
it's a 50-50 yes and no for me, but here's why. So, yes, because your defense matters in a game. It matters in a team sport, in basketball and football. Football is harder, in my opinion, than basketball. Because football, you have 18 weeks, you're tackling, you're moving the men amongst his will. You have 64 plays to memorize too. NBA doesn't have that. The NFL is harder, in my opinion, than the NBA. They win a championship.
It is, yeah.
So, now here's the deal, though. Okay. I think Bo Nix has played awful this season. a little bit pretty bad.
He's been bad.
That might happen in the playoffs. It might come bite them in the butt. It might. I'm not saying it will, but it might. Jalen Hurts is awful, but his defense is good. They have Jalen Carter, and they also have the good nickelback too.
Shout out to the Cowboys, by the way.
Of Darius Slay, I think his name is, and then
Quinion Mitchell and Darius Slay's gone, but when they won, he was there. But it's Quinion Mitchell or not Quinion Mitchell? Yeah, it's Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean.
Okay, that's
for safeties. Yeah.
About. So yes, and it's 50-50 for me. So for me, it's 50-50 because you need a good offense to win, to score points too, not just defense. The only team I've seen carry an offense was the 2000 Ravens and the 2003 Buccaneers. That's about it. I mean, the 90s Cowboys without Mark Irvin and Emmitt Smith, they would have won their rings because they had Charles Haley and primetime Deion Sanders and a good defensive line. That's about it. But without the offense, you need to score points. So it's 50-50 for me. It's 50-50.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it's 50-50. I think it's always been 50-50. We've seen the Bengals last year have a top 3 offense. They didn't even make the playoffs. Yeah. Their defense was so bad. They're averaging 30. There's the most points per game average by a team that didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, like, if you have an all-time great offense, you at least need a top 10 defense. Same thing with the Dallas Cowboys this year. Their offense has been electric, and they might not make the playoffs because of their early struggles due to defensive deficiencies. Now that, Quinnen Williams is there and a lot of the guys came back from injury, Siobhan Revel, Demarion Overshone. Deron Bland's actually able to go back to his normal spot in the slot now, so he looks a lot better. Sam Houston's really stepped up. Also, Diggy has stepped up a lot. But because of their inconsistencies on defense at the beginning of the year, they might not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And the Broncos will make the playoffs. Their offense stinks, but they have an incredible defense.
Same with the Colts too. Their offense stinks, but their defense is good.
Well, no,
they have a running back.
The Colts offense is very good. I mean, I know you don't like Daniel Jones, but they've been amazing on offense. Their defense has been pretty good. But when the Chiefs last year, the offense looked lethargic, looked anemic. They still made the Super Bowl because of their defense. So you have teams that have really bad offenses and good defenses that will make the playoffs. You rarely see good teams with great offenses with awful defenses make the playoffs, like the Bengals. The Broncos are the reverse of the Bengals last year, in my opinion. Nick Bonito and Patrick Surtain, those guys are unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
But, it's definitely 50-50. You need to have both. Either you need to have one really good and one decent, or a good balance for sure. So,
yeah, I agree. I agree with you. So, this is conversation happening a lot too in the GOAT debate too, and it's happening with Jordan and LeBron especially. So, even today is a little bit of the NBA. There's a little bit in the NBA. Super teams has been a discussion a lot. Is it a savior or a problem in the NBA?
So, okay, here's what I'd like to say. And here's what I'm going to start off with. No, LeBron did not start the super team era. I'm sorry, he didn't. Okay, and here's what I'm going to tell you. In the 90s, let me just hear me out. A team with the best player on the planet, the best all-around player, 2 of the top 5 defenders in the league, one of the best three-point shooters in the league, and one of the best European players on the league, adds the best rebounder and one of the best post defenders in the league. Does that sound like a super team to you?
No. I mean, yeah, no.
Yes, it does. It does, right? Everything I just mentioned. So now it's 3 top 5 defenders in the league, one of the best rebounders in the league, one of the best three-point shooters in the league, probably the best three-point shooter in the league, and the best European player in the league. Man, that's a loaded roster. That's a lot of talent. You're telling me that one of the top 5 defenders and best rebounders joined that team? Man, that sure sounds like a super team. 3 All-Stars? That's pretty much the same thing the Heat did. The Heat had 3 All-Stars. The Celtics had 3 All-Stars. Man, that sounds like a super team. Yeah, those are the 1996 Chicago Bulls. Okay, when they added Dennis Rodman. So to say that LeBron and the Heat started the super team era when we've seen multiple teams with All-Stars all over the place happen is very interesting. The 2008 Celtics, they had a super team. Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Rajon Rondo adding Kevin Garnett to their team. That's a super team. That's 4 probably first ballot Hall of Famers. I think Rajon Rondo will probably be a Hall of Famer, especially now towards the end of his career after he had 2 championships. Has it been a problem? No. I'm sorry. If you want to talk ratings, it's not a problem. It's not. It hasn't been a problem. A lot of those Heat Spurs, and by the way, I don't know why we can't just look stuff up. Like, we have access to the internet, right? I can look up anything on my computer. The 2011 Heat were not the greatest team ever. It was LeBron, D-Wade, who was aging. He's still very good in 2011. I think he really fell off in 2014. He's still very good in 2011. And Chris Bosh, who was good, had to take a different role because there's not enough basketball to go around for 3 ball handlers. Outside of those 3, they lacked a lot of depth. They didn't have nearly enough shooting. They didn't have nearly enough 3-and-D. They didn't have enough depth. So that team was not crazy good. When they lost, they brought back. They brought Mike Miller on board. They brought Shane Battier on board. They brought shooters on, right? They made the team a better team. None of those Heat teams, I think, if you really look at them on paper, were nearly as good as the Warriors that we saw, were nearly as good as the 1996 Bulls that we saw in terms of roster talent from top to bottom. So it's really interesting. How do we define a super team? Is it just when you have 3 All-Stars, or does it have to be overall depth included?
Yeah.
Because we look at the Thunder right now. They're loaded. But they got everyone from the draft other than SGA, who they got when he wasn't the same guy, right? SGA, when he came over from the Clippers, was not the same guy he is now. Is that a super team? People, if we look at it, people would say, oh, well, no, but they didn't get a bunch of All-Stars. Well, now they have multiple All-Stars. Now they have SGA, who's an MVP. Now they have J-Dub, who's a top 5 perimeter defender, all defense guy. Now they have Chet Holmgren, who's blossoming into one of the best shooting bigs in the league. And they're littered with depth. Isaiah Hartenstein, Kasem Wallace, 3-and-D, Alex Caruso, 3-and-D, like Lou Dort, 3. I mean, you can go all the way down the line. So how do we define super teams? I don't think it's just when you have multiple All-Stars. I think it's top to bottom, completely loaded. And I don't think you only need to go through free agency to have a super team. Super team, if you ask Sam Presti, he wants his team to be considered a super team because he drafted those guys. He traded for those guys when they weren't as good as they are now. So, no, I don't think it's been a problem. If it was a problem, the NBA would have ceased to exist by now because we dealt with the super team era for the last almost 20 years, right? And there was a super team in the 90s. Sorry, guys, the Bulls were a super team. I don't know why we refused to believe that, but they were, right? They were top to bottom, completely loaded, and then they added Dennis Rodman. That's pretty much the definition of super team. So, no, it's always been a thing. We haven't had in the most recent years the full-on super teams that we've seen before in terms of, the loaded Heat when they finally made that roster really good when LeBron was in his prime, or the Spurs were loaded with talent top to bottom. Sorry, Drake. I hate to break it to you, man, but MJ had a super team. The Warriors, even when they didn't have KD, I think they considered a super team, 3 Hall of Famers with loaded roster top to bottom, one of the best benches in the league. And then they lost their bench, but then they added KD, so it didn't matter anymore. We haven't seen a team like that in a while. And from 2020 to actually up to this year, the NBA's ratings declined a lot. Now, I think the NBA tried to combat that by adding NBC back in the rotation, and I think Amazon Prime has done amazing with their NBA coverage. So that is
it's actually up. It's up 40% now.
Yeah,
from last year.
it's up a lot. It's up a lot. So actually, the super teams were helping the league. People like dynasties. They like watching dynasties. I'm sorry, they just do. People joked about it being the Cavs and the Warriors in the finals over and over and over. But those finals were heavily watched. Those years were watched a bunch. So no, I don't think it's been an issue. And you can't look at me in the eyeballs and say that we didn't deal with super teams in the 90s, because we did.
Yeah. Okay. I actually agree with Nick on this one. Not a problem at all. I think the Celtics too in the 80s super team. I think Kareem and Magic Johnson, by the way, was a super team. Because, by the way,
yeah, dude. I mean, you
Kareem
go back to the
Magic,
Showtime Lakers. James Worthy,
Michael Cooper,
look at that Celtics team in that era too.
Dude,
Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale, super team.
Yeah, Dennis Johnson too. Bill Walton, God rest his soul. I think it's never been a problem. I think it's somehow people create that argument towards LeBron.
It's just an anti-LeBron argument.
Here's the deal: Tim Duncan has a super team. He had the greatest coach, second greatest coach of all time, with Greg Popovich. He had Ginobili, Parker. He also had Kawhi Leonard, by the way. Kawhi. And then the Warriors. So here's the deal. I think they need to come back in some base, because I think no one's repeated since 2018. By the way, it's 2017 in the NBA. It's been 6 years. Someone didn't repeat, and it's kind of crazy to think about too. I just think that they're building a draft too. I mean, I think the 90s was a super team a little bit with Ron Harper and Kukoc and Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen. Same with even every NBA team that's been good, that's won a championship, is a super team for the majority of the part of it. Built by free agency with Kobe and Shaq, super team. With Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, super team. You can say super team, super team. With the Heat, with LeBron, D Wade, super team. Now the only team I might not say as a super team probably the 11 Mavs. Probably not. Don't know. Right there.
They had a good team. They had a very good team.
A good team. Yeah, good team. They had Dirk. Jason Kidd was out of his prime, kind of.
But he was still very good. Jason Terry was very good. Yeah. Sean Marion was good. Yeah. Tyson Chandler was the defensive player of the year. Like, they were a good team.
Yeah, I think the one team I could have, especially the Bulls with Derrick Rose, with kind of. Never mind.
They were deep. They had a deep squad. They weren't as top heavy. D Rose, Joe Camino was defensive player of the year. Carlos Boozer was very good. Luol Deng was good. Ronnie Brewer was good. They eventually had Jimmy Butler. Those were good teams. Those were good teams. I wouldn't consider them super teams, but they were very well constructed rosters. So
but at the end of the day, it's not a problem. Not a problem at all. So now we're going to move on to the next topic. And this is an interesting one, too, because I thought about this a lot. Are the referees ruining the NFL and the NBA? And also the MLB as well?
Okay. So I have an interesting take on this. Rather than saying that they're ruining the sport, here's what I wish Roger Goodell or Adam Silver would do. One, all refs should be media available. What I mean by that is the media should be able to interview refs after the game, just like they interview players.
Wow.
Hey, Tony Brothers. Hey, Tony Brothers. We all saw the replay. And they smacked that guy on the arm in the last second. Why did you guys not call that foul there? I think making refs media available would help a lot. I think it would help hold refs accountable. Refs still probably don't want to talk to the media about why they missed a call, right? But we make NBA players talk to the media after they miss game winners. When they lose, they're held to scrutiny as well. I think refs should be held to that same level of scrutiny in terms of media presence, being media available. And here's number two. Across all sports, the NBA and the NFL. These leagues make way too much money to not have refereeing schools. And what I mean by that is refs, as they go up through college, they should get to be able to be put in a program that's funded and ran by the NBA or the NFL to be able to learn from the best refs in the world, to learn, to watch film, to study, things like that. Like, why are we not allowing refs to do this? Why are they not getting properly trained? Why are these refs, a lot of them work part-time. These should be full-time jobs. The NBA is a billion-dollar company. The NFL is a billion-dollar company. These guys can put aside some money for these refs to allow them to be full-time so they can truly focus on their craft, which is refereeing a game, right? They should be able to have film studies. They should be able to all meet together. They should be able to be media available. Instead of saying they're ruining the sport, let's help them not do it, because they are human. They're human, just like the guys that miss the shots or miss the passes or drop the catches, drop the passes. They're human, just like all those guys. But all of those guys have access to all this training, all this availability, all these different resources to help them get better, right? Well, if my quarterback is a part-timer, he works part-time for the organization, I'm not going to expect him to be nearly as good as somebody who gets to focus solely on that thing. I do not want Dak Prescott to be a part-time QB. I don't want him to have to go work at McDonald's or go work at a different. That's a little. They don't work at McDonald's, but I don't want them to have to go ref a different sport or go ref a high school game where the game's so much different, to make ends meet or to put food on their table. Let's make these guys salaried through the NBA and the NFL. Let's allow them to have access to training. Let's allow them to have access to very similar to soccer, how they can have VAR. Right. I know that the NFL started to do media assistance in terms of where, I saw in last night's game against the Bucks and the Rams. Hey, the ref got a call from upstairs. New York said that the video assist, they looked at it. It was a drop. They didn't catch the ball. That should be more readily available for the NBA and the NFL. Right. The NFL is starting to integrate it more, but the NBA should have that as well. Hey, they have an earpiece in. Hey, I actually think that refs will start having an earpiece next year in the NBA. I don't remember if I'm not mistaken. So I think that should help. But these guys should be given the same resources available to these billion-dollar companies if they want to have a good product. Because a lot of times refs ruin a good game. They ruin a good game, right? And they are human, just like the players are human, but they should be given full access so they don't ruin sports. They don't ruin these games, right? So,
yeah. Actually, that's a good point. Actually, I agree with that. I think refs should be refs should be full time instead of part time. I think if you want to referee, I do agree with Nick about this. You should go to school for it. Here's the deal. I think some has to do with part of the prop bets, probably how bad they are sometimes. And so sad too, because here's the deal. I think sporting bets should go away. Period. After the whole Adam Silver and DMA thing, I think, in my opinion, I think DraftKings should go away. I think Vegas bet sporting bets should go away. FanDuel should go away. ESPN bets should go away because it's gotten too crazy now. Well, the refs are part of it a little bit. So, in my opinion, refs should go to school, like Nick said. So I agree with you about that.
Yeah.
Moving on. So, who are our top 5 coaches, athletes, player of all time? I'm going to go first.
Go ahead.
Number 1 is Eldrick Tiger Woods. Number 2, Tom Brady.
Okay.
Number 3, I tie between Jordan and Broncos at both of us go. Number 4.
It's ridiculous.
Number 4, I have Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Number 5, I have Rory McIlroy. Because what the Masters win was insane, bro. After a triple bogey in the 16th hole in the first round,
That is true.
and he had a terrible, and he doubled the 16th, the 13th hole in the
I thought he was cooked, bro.
I thought he was done. So, on top of that, he's the best European golfer ever.
Mhm.
Better than no offense to PJ Scene, better than him. Ernie Els, better than him.
Better than Gary?
Better than Gary player too.
Wow. Okay.
So that's my top 5
Okay.
coaches, athletes of all time.
All right. For me, I'm going to go in no order. LeBron James. He has more playoff buzzer beaters combined than MJ and Kobe, by the way, in case you're wondering. He also has the most clutch shots, the most shots made in the last minute. He has the most clutch points ever. Anyways. And then I'd go Tom Brady. What he was able to do in game-winning drives and in high-tense situations, he's definitely up there for sure. Then I would go I'm going to go Tiger Woods, obviously. What I've seen him do in different situations is just next level. He's definitely one of the all-timers in terms of clutchness. What's that? That's 4 or 3?
Yeah.
3.
4.
LeBron. I said LeBron.
Brady.
Tiger. Okay, I have 3. I got 2 more. I'm going to go with Leo Messi. I'm going to go with Leo Messi. And this might be a hot take, but I'm going to go with Jesse Owens.
WWE?
No. Jesse Owens was a track and field guy back in the 40s, and I'm going to tell you why. This man won a gold medal as a black man in front of Adolf Hitler. I don't know if there's a higher tense level situation than that. Okay. This is a black man in the 40s in front of Adolf Hitler winning a gold medal in Germany. That is a top 5 clutch performance ever. And hats off to you, bro. You're a freaking legend. Rest in peace, man. Because this guy Jesse Owens that's clutch right there. That is legitimately clutch, bro. And Mr. Adolf Hitler was not happy either. He was angry. I mean, that's just one of the highest leverage situations that any athlete could ever be in. So I'm going to put him up there because that's freaking crazy. But yeah,
is that when in Adolf's video when he was twitching?
Yeah. That's what he was in. Is in that arena that they held the NFL game in Germany. It was in that same arena that he watched Jesse Owens win a gold. So shout out to Jesse Owens, man. That's freaking clutch. So.
That's crazy. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, now who's your top 5 sports dynasties of all time?
Phelps is up there too for sure. Top 5 sports dynasties. I'm gonna go quickly here. The Patriots, Tom Brady led Patriots. I think that's the best dynasty in the history of football. The best dynasty in the history of basketball was probably Bill Russell. But I didn't really get to see. I mean, it was. He won the most. He won like 8 rings in a row or something like it's ridiculous. But I'm gonna go with for the NBA is hard because you don't see very many like dynasties like you do in football, or there aren't as many. So the 90s Bulls, the Spurs, LeBron by himself through across 10 years when he went to 10 straight finals, or 9 straight finals. And then you got the Warriors. They had kind of a mini dynasty there where they won 3 out of 4 rings. But I'm going to say, I mean, if we're talking about just the best sports dynasties, I mean, what the Bill Russell Celtics did, well, we're never going to see again. So I'm just going to have to put them in there. I'm going to put Tiger Woods' individual dynasty in there. What he did in golf, I don't think we'll ever see again, winning 4 majors in a row. I mean, he had 14 majors won by 2010. It's ridiculous. That's 3. I'm going to go with, I think that's just 1 year. Dynasties, I think, multiple years. The Chiefs had a great run. I think, they might miss the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, I think their dynasty's still technically going. But I think the Patriots had a better dynasty in terms of football. So I got the Patriots, the Bill Russell Celtics, Tiger Woods by himself. And then I'm going to go with man, this is hard. There's so many good ones. Hey, bro, y'all are going to have to win a lot of games for the remainder of this year. Hey, if y'all lose on Thanksgiving to the Cowboys, just saying, it might be over. Man, I mean, the 90s Bulls is definitely up there for sure. I think I'll put them up there because they had a really, really good run. They had a fantastic run. You know, winning 6 out of 8 titles is very, very impressive. The Dodgers, the dynasty they have currently going, kind of from, you know, the last 5 years, winning three of the World Series. I'm going to put them up there. And then I'm going to put, for my final one, the Alabama Crimson Tide from pretty much all of Saban's times. But, you know, specifically from 2009 to 2013, they won 3 national championships and they had an overall record of 49-5. So I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be my top 3. Oh, hold on. I'm tripping. Probably the greatest dynasty in the history of sports is the UConn Huskies in women's basketball. I mean, they won 2009, 2010, 2013, 2014, 2015, and 2016. They won all those. And they made it to the Final Four in 2008, 2011, 2012, 2017, 2018. So, yeah, they're definitely up there, too. So that's 6. But, I mean, yeah, I totally – the women's Huskies, UConn Huskies, yeah, it's ridiculous. So, but, yeah.
All right. So, number 1 is the Patriots for me. It's the greatest I've seen in all sports, in my opinion. At football, because football is harder than winning basketball. Football, you have 64 plays, 64 defense plays. You have to read offensive schemes, and defense gets better every year. That's number 1 for me. Number 2, the Tiger Woods era. Tiger Woods era is the most dominant era in golf history, the most dominant athlete, in my opinion, of history of sports in their prime. What he did from 4 majors in a row, 3 swings, 2 coaches, 3 coaches and the swing coaches, and what he endured too. Even, you know, in the 19 Masters too, that was incredible. That after that comeback he had of not just his back, but like a mental comeback too. It happened. So number 3 for me, the Bulls in the 90s. Number 4, the 90 Dallas Cowboys of Amen and them. Because that's the only time we see them Cowboys win probably is the 90s Cowboys. Number 5, Nick Saban and the Alabama Crim Tide.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like it.
So Dak Prescott made history on Sunday. He broke the passing yards record in the history of the Cowboys. Oh, forgot. I missed one. My bad, bro.
No, you're good. We'll just go to that. Let's go to that one.
Okay.
We're already 2 hours and 30 minutes in. Let's go.
Is Dak Prescott the best QB in Cowboys history? Yes or no? He passed Romo, by the way. He passed. It's the list is it's Dak, Romo, then Roger Staubach.
Yes, he's the best quarterback in the history of the Dallas Cowboys. There, I said it. Dakota Prescott. You're the best. You're the best QB in Cowboys history. I'm just real quick. He personifies what it means to wear the star on the helmet. This is less about performance on the field. While I think he has the most yards in the history of the what's it called? Right? Yeah. See, Drake, you can say championships. Aikman had more. Roger Staubach had more. But I'm talking about what it means to be a Dallas Cowboy. What does it mean to be a Dallas Cowboy? America's team. All eyes on you. Grit, determination, fight, passion. That man had to watch his brother die and his mother die. And he still showed up and he took those snaps. And he took the criticism and he took the punishment. And what does he do in return? He becomes the Walter Payton Man of the Year, which is given to the person who does the most community outreach in the league. That's more important to me than some championship. What I would love to see Dak win a championship, but he personifies what it means to be a Dallas Cowboy. He has thousands and thousands and maybe millions of young men looking up to him. And he has shown what it means to be a good man, to be a true man, to be a quarterback. And he leads that team with integrity. And he's a great player. I think he was robbed of MVP a couple of years ago. But yes, I think Dakota Prescott's the best QB in the Cowboys history. And it's less about what he's done on the field, even though he's had pull up his stats compared to Troy Aikman, pull up his stats compared to Roger Staubach, different eras. I get it. Pull up his stats against Tony Romo. He's better than all of them. Okay. He might have not had the postseason success. He also never had the team Aikman had. Tell me one Cowboys team that was remotely as good as the one with Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, that offensive line. I know Cowboys, there has been some great offensive lines with, since he's been there with Zach Martin and Tyron Smith and Travis Frederick. I get that. But he never had Deion Sanders on his defense. But yeah, because of he represents what it means to have that star on the side of your helmet better than I think anyone ever has. So that's why.
So for me, it's no. It's Tony Romo for me. Tony Romo. I think
Tony Romo.
Here's why. Okay, here's why. Let me just talk. Romo was a baller, bro.
He was good.
He played his ball out. He's put his ball out. He was a scramble. That guy scrambles on a Patrick. He's a white. He was slow too. So the way he scrambled too was so cool and whatnot. Top of that, Romo only had one good defensive year. That was 2007 when he got bounced out by the Giants, unfortunately. But for me, it's Romo, and because I watched him play my whole life, I had a poster of him growing up. So for me, it's Tony Romo.
Okay, I mean,
I watched him too. I wasn't alive to watch Amen and Michael Irvin.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch him either, right?
I've seen their games.
Yeah, I get it.
But
Dak's a better quarterback. Dak's a better quarterback than Romo.
No, he's not. Anyways,
Oh well, if you want to do that, let's go and do it. Oh
I'm just kidding.
Okay,
I'm kidding.
I was about to unleash. All right,
I know, but for me, it's Romo.
No, I respect that. Romo means a lot to the organization. I respect that.
He means a lot to me too, bro. I used to wear his jersey growing up. Crazy Nick. Crazy Nick. So there's a picture of me. I bought shoulder pads for my birthday and a helmet and Romo jersey. I thought it was Tony Romo growing up. So yeah, for me it's Romo.
Okay.
So going to the next topic. What's the best sports video game ever? Is it Madden, college football, NBA, boxing, UFC?
Okay.
Freaking skate, okay. Tony Hawk. PGA.
Is it specific or is it the line? Which line of video games is the best? Or is it specific?
Sports video game.
Just the singular best one?
Yeah, sports video game ever. Yeah.
Okay. Now, the one that I put most time into is NBA 2K26.
I beat Nick. He's just sitting in the back to strip, guys. He was crying.
Okay. Do you want to tell them what actually happened, or? I
beat them, bro. And the bachelor trip in Colorado. What happened, Colorado, dude?
How many times did I beat you?
And 2K? And NBA 2K didn't beat me. Not he quit. He quit. Anyways, go ahead.
Sure, bro. Anyways, how did Madden and college football go? Do you want to talk about that?
I beat him too, guys.
Okay, he's just lying on this podcast. Now for me, it's 2K26. That was truly, I think, the last time I really enjoyed 2K. I really like college football. The last two that have come out, but yeah, for me, for my personal, I put the most time into this one. But yeah, 2K26 or 2K16 for me.
For me, it is 2K16 as well. That and also, but besides NBA, I probably give you the early Madden games in the 2000s. That was actually pretty good games too, with Madden 08. Madden 16 was the last Madden I actually played. That was actually good. Other than that, it's been terrible. Rest in peace, Madden. Anyways, who's a better debater, better journalist, better overall? Is it Skip Bayless or Stephen A. Smith? For me, it's Stephen A.
We know who you think it is, bro.
Okay, here's why. I'm Stephen A. Smith. Here's why. Okay. Skip ruined his career by calling Shannon Sharp a bum on national television, which is nothing. By the way, Shannon Sharp's a Hall of Famer, by the way. He's a 3-time champion. He had second in receiving yards and tight end history behind Travis Kelce and Gronk. So for me, it's Stephen A. Smith.
Okay. I think they're both let me say this properly so Trey doesn't crash out. I don't think either of them are the best at what they do. Okay. I will say that I think Stephen A. Smith is more of an entertainer than actually a sports pundit or a sports analyst. And I think Skip Bayless is an old, hateful man. I'm not a big fan of either of them. I understand what Skip means for the industry. And I know what Stephen A. Smith has been able to do over a long period of time. But because of my dislike for both of them, I'm going to say neither.
You know why he says that, guys? Because he has Jordan has to go. That's why.
No.
That's
why I actually... No,
they told me that.
No. You want to be honest for 5 seconds? Can you not tell a lie for 5 seconds on your podcast? Here's actually why. Because they are intellectually dishonest when it comes to the GOAT debate. And I don't like that because they have the biggest platform, specifically Stephen A. Smith at this point. And Stephen A. Smith used to not be like this. Stephen A. Smith used to sit across from Skip Bayless and defend LeBron over and over and over and over and over and over. But as of late, especially after the debacle of him calling out LeBron as a father and then being a little baby boy after LeBron actually stood up to him and said, "Hey man, keep my son's name out your mouth for real." And then, he went on the crybaby tour of 2024 is what I like to call it. But no, I don't. It's not just that. I just don't think either of them are very good. I just don't. I don't think that they are great analysts. I think they both were great journalists. But I don't think they're very good analysts. So, yeah, I'm going to have to say neither. So,
that's because of hater. Anyways, moving on. Who's the best YouTube golfer besides Bryson DeChambeau?
Okay, yeah. Well, we obviously have to remove Bryson from this equation because he is a pro. He's one of the probably 10 best golfers in the world. From what I've seen, it's probably Brad Dahlke on Good. He dominated at the Creator Classic, and he dominated at that other thing. Grant's very good, but are you talking about like skill wise? Who's the best?
Skill wise, like skill wise.
Like if they were playing against each other, who would win? Yeah. Okay, yeah, Brad Dahlke. Yeah, Brad's ridiculous. I think Brad is one of the only guys in YouTube golf that's not already a pro or has been a pro that if he really dedicated his time, I think could be a pro. He did play at the Masters. I know Wesley Bryan is also up there because he was on tour. He's a tour winner. He won at the Heritage, I believe is what it was. But Brad Dahlke over the last couple of years, he's beaten everybody. He won the Creator Classic. He won all these things. I get how I know you like Grant, but he's not better than Brad Dahlke in terms of golfing. By the way, guys,
didn't Grant run the Creator Championship, right? Grant did?
Huh?
Didn't Grant win it?
He won 2 years ago.
Oh, who won this past year? I thought it was Grant.
No, it was Brad.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, it's Brad Dahlke as of late.
For me, it's Kai Trump. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. I just want to see this.
Dude, you're so dumb, bro.
Okay, but all seriousness aside, for me, it's For me, I gotta say Grant Horvath. For me, I like Grant a lot.
Yeah, I like Grant more than I like Brad, but what's it called? I like wow, Brock Purdy has 3 interceptions. This guy stinks. Sorry. Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, no, I like Grant more than I like Brad in terms of watching his videos, but I think Brad Dahlke's the best YouTube golfer besides Bryson. So
Now, the most annoying YouTuber in golf is Bubba. Bubby, whatever his name is, he's annoying as heck. But yeah,
This guy hates Bubby for some reason.
he's so annoying.
All right,
Dude.
last question. We're almost 3 hours in. Sorry, Amish. I just saw that. This guy stinks.
Who's the GOAT? Oh, Canelo. So Terrence Crawford destroyed Canelo Alvarez in the fight.
Okay, he did not destroy him.
Took him to school,
He
brother.
won. He won.
Took
He
him
did
to
not destroy
school.
him.
Took him to school, brother. Who's the GOAT of boxing though? Last year's excited.
It's Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, I agree.
It's Muhammad Ali, bro. Like, I'm sorry, bro. What this guy, okay, I know, but like what this guy did, and see, I don't hate old eras, right?
I think it's one.
I don't hate it. You guys are just inconsistent and dishonest when it comes to it. No, I think it's Muhammad Ali. I think his combination of size and speed was next level. I think his longevity was next level. I was going to say Canelo had a GOAT debate if he beat Bud Crawford, but he did not. Tank is sick. I love Tank. I'll forever love Tank for shutting Ryan Garcia up. He beat Ryan Garcia so bad Ryan Garcia turned into a government conspiracy theorist. I didn't expect that. But no, I think it's him. I think Mayweather's up there. I think Mike Tyson's up there. I think prime Mike Tyson is probably the most deadly boxer ever. And Muhammad Ali even said, you know, if Mike hit him, he's out. But I don't know if Mike would hit him. Muhammad Ali's head movements and defense was next level. He could also knock people out. He's definitely very, very good. Sugar Ray Leonard was very, very good. There's a lot of great boxers, but for me, it's Muhammad Ali. I did a lot of thinking about this because, you know, me and Trey have talked about it before. But no, I think it's Muhammad Ali. I think his overall greatness has yet to be matched. And he did it in a very tough era of boxing because a lot of the best athletes in the world were boxers back then. And, you know, that's what they did. Boxing was a lot bigger back then than it is now. And a lot of the best athletes on the planet chose boxing over other sports. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Muhammad Ali. So.
Yeah. I think it's Ali, too. I think, you know, he took it a distance, too. He had better footwork than anybody I've seen him in boxing history. I know Floyd's 50-0, but no one did it better than Muhammad Ali. I think Canelo is I think Canelo's up there too. Crawford's up there, especially now.
Yeah.
So is Tyson, and so is Sugar Ray Leonard, and Joe Louis, and Rocky Macchiato. What's his name? Rocky
Macchiano. Yeah.
Okay. I forgot his name. I don't know how to say his last name either. Anyways, that's about it.
Yeah. So, yeah, guys, that's all the topics we have. 2 hours and 42 minutes later. Trey, I'm sorry I had to cook you like that in those debates. Bro.
I won, bro. I cooked him.
Chat, who do y'all think won? Who do y'all think won overall in all those debates, guys? For those of you who were even able to listen to a couple of them. Now, I know I fried you in the Kobe debate because you couldn't say anything afterwards.
I still stand by it, bro. It's biasness.
MJ's gif is true.
Man, Trey is what?
His gif, bro, the one of him going,
oh, yeah.
Where he's laughing, that one's really good. Yeah, that one's really good.
It's better than bronze posterizers. I'm just kidding. Dude. Just kidding.
Real quick. You know what? Let's do a bonus one before we get out of here.
What is it?
LeBron in his prime. You pick the year. LeBron, which year? Prime year. Pick one. Just pick one.
Man, that's tough. I think probably either the NBA or like later in the Cavs.
Just pick a LeBron year, whichever one you want to. Okay, 2012 LeBron. Now pick a Jordan year.
Let's do his 88 year. That's his best year.
Okay, 88. 88 Jordan versus 2012 LeBron. 1v1 first to 10. Who wins?
Man, that's tough. I don't know. I actually don't know, bro. I can't do it. I can't.
Oh, Drake said I won. Hey, let's go, Drake.
That's what I'm talking about. Bro, Drake, get out here, bro.
It's LeBron would win that, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay. LeBron at that point, faster, stronger, and could jump higher than Jordan. Jordan didn't have no 47-inch vertical. That's baloney.
I think he
Anyways,
did.
no, he didn't.
He did. Does the record say it? Record say it, Nick.
No, he didn't. He didn't have an official
the record
vertical
say
test.
it. The
He didn't
record
have an
say
official
it.
vertical test.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. It was
Yes, he
unofficial. Baloney. It's all I said. He said it was his college coach who said he saw him do it. Baloney. Anyways, you can't say he was too fast.
Too fast.
Wait, why did that get retracted, bro? What did he say?
This guy, bro, Drake Rao.
Did you you deleted him saying I won?
No, I didn't delete it. I don't know. It's right there, bro.
I don't see it says message retracted on my end. Anyways, you can't say. Oh, there we go. I see it right there. That's what I like to see. You can't say Jordan was too fast because I watched that same year LeBron, I guess the year before, lock up Derrick Rose. Lock him up. You see that? It's my favorite player ever. This guy made me fall in love with basketball. And I had to watch that man get clamped by LeBron. And that's why I didn't like LeBron till I grew up and grew out of that. Right? This guy made me fall in love with basketball. I watched him get clamped. He's the fastest guy in the NBA. Watched him get clamped. So you can't say he was too fast. And he wasn't nearly as strong as LeBron was. LeBron's bag was a lot deeper than y'all want to admit. In that same year, go look at what he did to the Celtics in Game 6 of the 2012 NBA Eastern Conference Finals. LeBron's winning that. LeBron's clamping him up. But anyways.
And by the way, Drake, if Chiefs win the playoffs, Mahomes will never be in the Golden Bay ever again. And he's in his prime. He's in his prime too, Drake. Mahomes is in his prime. He's 30 years old.
He's mad that you said I won, so he's taking it out on your Chiefs, bro.
That's true. It's true, bro. Hey, I got Cowboys winning this game on Thursday night. Who got Nick winning? Who got winning? Who got winning?
I don't want to say.
Say it, bro.
I hope it's a good game. Both teams are going to be playing for their playoff life. It's going to be a good one. I'm excited, but
if the Cowboys, Drake, bro, Mahomes is 30 years old. And he's more talented than Tom Brady.
It did take Brady another like 10 years to get back to the Super Bowl and win. So
that's all right, bro. I get it.
That is true. Hey,
quick though. At least in that era, Brady didn't miss the playoffs. He didn't.
Well, Patrick Mahomes hasn't missed the playoffs yet.
He hasn't yet, but he probably will. According to the analytics, it's 50% to make the playoffs, but Mahomes is 15% to make the playoffs.
We'll see what happens. Jerry
Jones, thank you for getting George Pickens. I love you for that. You're the best owner ever.
Okay. All right, guys. We're getting out of here. Appreciate y'all sticking with us. Our longest episode ever. So, all right, guys. We'll see you guys later. Y'all have a good one.